Presented by Coors Light, beginning with the U18s. Joey Slavic is in goal last year for the U17s in USHL competition. 3-7-1 with a 4.24 goals against average. His save percentage at .871. Drew Schock and Garrett Lindberg are the starting defensemen. The forwards, Will Bell, Andrew O'Neill, and Richard Gallant. For the Waterloo Blackhawks, Phileas Lashaw, who was a Phase 2 pick in the 6th round of the Phase 2 USHL draft. He's a native of Switzerland and making his North American debut. Morgan Brady and Landon Nyes are the Blackhawks starting defensemen. Brock Schultz will center Bradley Walker and J.J. Montero. The Blackhawks are coached by Matt Smady. The National Team Development Program led by Greg Moore. Hawks scratches Teddy Townsend, Calvin Vachon, Chase Reed, all healthy scratches. Jackson Nevers injured in yesterday's game. Our referees are Ross Beck and Samantha Hiller. The linesmen, Craig Ford and Erica Greenan. And with this all wrapped up in terms of the formalities, we should be just about set. One more timeout before puck drop between the Blackhawks and the NTDP U18s on the Courtyard by Marriott. Blackhawks Network in 1650, The Fan.
Shop, donate, or volunteer to help Habitat for Humanity at the Restore in Waterloo. Whether you purchase or donate furniture, building materials, or appliances, you make it possible for families in Northeast Iowa to achieve home ownership in decent, affordable housing. Visit the Restore at 4107
Hey, Justin, can you add an extra minute to this break, please?
Check them out at
Yep, we'll do. Thank you.
/Restore. Help Habitat do more. Shop the Restore in Waterloo.
Okay, so you've had some disagreements about the best way to eat Domino's new New York-style pizza.
Well, it's cut into 6 big slices. You gotta hold them with both hands.
No, the best way is to fold it, so you contain all the toppings and melty provolone cheese and...
But eating it flat gives you the perfect balance of cheese, sauce, and crust.
Folding it is...
Personally, I use a fork and knife.
I think we need a new therapist.
Decide the best way to eat it for yourself when you get Domino's new New York-style pizza.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open with music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Fit Pop Popcorn. It's a poppin' in Iowa. But many people don't have world-class popcorn growing in their neighborhood. Fit Pop is grown better right next door in Cedar Falls. Never fear, you can ship Fit Pop Popcorn anywhere in the United States. Think of those people who don't have Fit Pop Popcorn at their local grocery store. Send them a Midwestern care package from fit-pop.com. That's fit-pop.com. Fit Pop Popcorn. It's a poppin' in Iowa.
At Green Acre Storage, we can take it. Think of us as storage therapists. We provide clean, safe, secure, climate-controlled storage units in a complete range of sizes. Feel free to unload on us in our enclosed and heated loading area. And ask about our Penske truck rentals and packing supplies. And feel better fast, knowing the storage pros at Green Acre specialize in not judging. We'll keep your stuff and your secrets. Green Acres. Because life is hard, storage is not.
Right now, someone is having fun at Maple Lanes in Cadillac Extreme Bowling Center. Sure, there's fun for bowlers, but there's also gamers, party animals, and anyone who loves good food. If you haven't been to Maple Lanes and Cadillac XBC lately, you don't know how much fun you're missing. Then there's Kingpin Social, open with a full menu for lunch and dinner every day. MapleLanesWaterloo.com, 2608 University Avenue. CadillacXBC.com, 650 LaPorte Road. Have some fun tonight.
The Waterloo Blackhawks play here. 1650 The Fan.
Just about time for puck drop in Pittsburgh. The Coors Light starting lineups one more time. Joey Slavic in net for the NTDP U18s. Drew Schock and Garrett Lindberg are the starting defensemen with Will Bell, Andrew O'Neill, and Richard Gallant up front. It's Phileas Lashaw for the Hawks with Morgan Brady and Landon Nyes on defense. Hawks who win the draw as the puck comes to Brady. He's out there behind Brock Schultz, Bradley Walker, and J.J. Montero. Hawks dump it in. Schultz behind the U18 net, forced into the corner on the right wing side. Walker, who scored a goal yesterday, dug the puck out, but then trying to flip it behind the net. It goes up into the protective netting. Out of play, and our first whistle comes after just 14 seconds at the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex on this Sunday afternoon. Again, our referees are Ross Beck and Samantha Hiller. The linesmen, Craig Ford and Erica Greenan. The faceoff comes out to the neutral zone. After that one went up on and out of play. Schultz wins the draw and gets to it himself to dump it in. Slavic stopping it behind the net, then moves it the direction it had been going. Counterclockwise, Hawks hold it in, but as it was sent up the wall, it hit a leg, and now the U18's O'Neill dumps it into the left wing corner. Schultz to it first behind the Hawk net for Landon Nyes, left of his goal. Brought out by Brady, getting it from Nyes, carrying to the red line, rifles one into the offensive zone. It hits the glass, ricochets behind the net. Schultz leaves it for Montero, plays it clockwise behind the net, looking for Schultz. Came to the right wing boards and taken away from Phelan and cleared, but gloved down by Schultz at his own blue line, almost a minute into the first period. Montero back in his own zone, hands the puck off to Schultz, who accelerates through neutral ice. Tapped it over the line, pushed it down to the left wing corner before peeling off for a change. Barnett with it for the U18. Circles in the corner left of his goal. Banked it off the kick plate to Trethaway. And cleared off the stick of Murtagh. Murtagh gets it right back, trying to come up right wing. Separated from the puck by Bogus. Phelan retrieves, trying to clear. And he did bounce it out. Now it's free at center. Picked up by McMorrow, the former U18. He moves in and shoots. He blew it wide. He fired that one, but just off the mark. And now the U18's trying to counter 3-on-3. Horkoff into the Hawk zone, drop pass for Murtagh, right wing corner, ducks below the icing line, rubbed off the puck, and the Hawks able to joust it out towards the neutral zone. Phillips reversed it back into the offensive end, but the U18s needed change, and they would have been offside anyway. Bogus gives the puck to Zaremba, turning, banks the puck to himself, and then gave it up, and a quick chance fought off by LaShaw. As it came to Halfley inside the right wing circle, he pulled the trigger quickly. Still in play. Bogus trying to work it up the wall. Ran into a lot of traffic left of his net. It squirts back behind the Blackhawk goal. Turning, it's Mooney. Sharp angle chance. LaShaw shrugs that aside. Will Bell dropping it back out toward the line. It comes back his way. Rims it behind the net. Halfley fending off a check, drops it into the slot. Hawks take it away. They juggle it in the defensive zone between three players before it's cleared off the glass. Rolling puck should go for icing, and it is an icing call. 2.5 minutes into the first period. It is a different looking lineup for the Blackhawks today. Jackson Nevers out injured. Calvin Vashon getting the day off after his 33-save shutout yesterday. So the Hawks trying to win with some different key personnel. Face-off left of LaShaw, Swiss native. Brendan McMorrow had the best look for the Blackhawks in transition so far, but missed the net with his try. Now the Hawks win a draw, but end up sailing one up and out of play from the defensive zone, so the face-off will stay to LaShaw's left. McMorrow out there with Zaremba and Deering. And before the draw, a little bit of movement. Kwasnica for the U18s and Phelan for the Hawks. And face-off controlled by the U18s. Quick shot, and it was a low chance. It bounced off of LaShaw, but he draws it back to cover it up. And so far, he's seen more pucks coming his way. Only credited right now with one save on the scoreboard, but probably deserves a couple of more than that. Another draw at his left. Reed Morick will take this one. And he pulled it away from Conrad Fondrick. Hawks clear. It's in front of the Blackhawk bench. Schock now gets it back, trying to sweep a pass to Glunt. Didn't find him, but Fondrick carries in on left wing. Spins one in front, and a save made by LaShaw, sliding to his left. Puck goes behind the Hawk net. Deering motors away with it. Has room on right wing to come all the way to the red line. Diagonal dump in, hits the glass, rolls back up the wall. And pushed to the line, not out initially by Kwasnica. His second effort did get it to center. Deering brings it right back in as the Hawks get onside. Ran into Garrett Lindberg, the younger brother of former Blackhawk Gavin Lindberg, and the Hawks able to take away a clearing attempt for a shot that's turned aside by Slavic. Now it's cleared. Ricochets down into the Blackhawk zone. Gallant after trying to center, but Peddle got down on one knee to block the pass. And the Hawks move it back out after denying a scoring chance. Morick crisscrossing into the offensive zone on right wing, flips it toward the slot. Bounced towards Hawkins off a leg, but he couldn't get it to settle down, and it's cleared back the other way. This could be icing. Mulgrave after it wins the race to the puck, icing the call almost 4 minutes into a scoreless first period. In yesterday's game, the Blackhawks got the opening goal. Not quite this early, but it was early on in the action. That was the only goal in the first period. They added 2 late in the second and then added a final goal in the third. Meanwhile, the U18s scored first. They had a 2-1 lead, and then the Sioux Falls Stampede reeled off a series of goals, and we're up at 1 point 6-2 before it ended up 6-3. Hawks win a draw. Quick shot by Jete. That was blocked. Trethaway behind his net hands this off to Barnett. Then out to center, hopped off of Moore's stick, but he gets it back, jousting with Mulgrave. They get caught up going into the corner at the left of Vachon. Make that at the left of Lasha. And the puck bounced up the wall. Jete finding it. And the Hawks do get it out. Lansing banks one off the right wing boards, just onside. Now a drop pass for Nyes, kicked aside by Slavic. It goes behind the net. Lansing trying to spin one out in front, got caught up by Barnett. And the puck is cleared. Hawks begin again back at their own blue line. Jete lost it to Moore. He gives it to Barnett, and then Phillips. Now it's Horkoff dodging a check. Had his stick lifted from behind. Hawks take it away. Headman pass missed the target. Walker, it's icing against Waterloo. Not quite 5 minutes into the first period, and no score. The draw will be back down beside Lasha. And the Hawks and Brock Schultz take the face-off. Schultz really impressive yesterday in that he was playing a full game, even though the Hawks were up big late. He made a nice defensive play in the late minutes for Waterloo. And just a really determined full effort. But here he wins the draw, then runs into his own man, trying to turn into the corner, and that frees up the puck, which comes around the wall, and now Schultz able to at least get a stick to it behind the Blackhawk net, looking to get it to Nyes. And ultimately Montero, the one who skated away with it. His breakout pass hits a leg, ricochets to Nyes. Then Brady up the wall for Huck, who redirects it down to the right wing corner. Slavic reversed it up the boards. Huck knocks it down, centers one. It's broken up by Phillips. Ricochets high into the air, came down in the slot, and shot through the neutral zone. And this could be icing, and it is, as Kieran Poulin gets back to get the whistle. Poulin was not in the lineup yesterday, but added today for the Hawks. Both teams able to dress 23, and the Hawks taking advantage of that opportunity to do so. Normally it's 22 for a typical USHL game. McMorrow for the face-off in the offensive zone at Slavic's right after the icing call. And he and Mooney tangle. Hawks win control. Poulin left wing boards for McMorrow. Lifts it up the glass to the end wall. Huck centered one, and it hopped away from Zaremba. Huck gets it back. Huck into the corner on the right wing side, but separated from the puck. Now poking at it again, and couldn't recover. Taken by Keene. He coughed it up to McMorrow, and the loose puck now recovered by the U18s after a moment's hesitation in their own zone. The Hawks get it back at center after it was cleared, and Compton will send it deep. Hawks change 6 minutes going in a scoreless first period. Rocco knocked down by Deering just as he was making an outlet pass. The U18s ruled to be onside as they send one 150 feet to Kwastica. He tries a wraparound. That was off the side of the net. Picked back up by Halfley. Turns right wing boards. Landon Halfley circling. Shoots from a sharp angle. Blocker save by Lasha. Puck back to the line. Schock fell down but managed to hold the puck in for a moment. Now Deering takes it away. Feathers one to Morick on right wing with Hawkins. This was a good combination yesterday. Here Morick tries to feed Deering. Broken up, and the U18s look to counter the other way. Big pile up in the net though, and play is stopped as a U17 player, looked like O'Neill, down with Slavic, and the net completely dislodged. This was behind the play as it turned out. 13:26 left to go in the first period. I think the Hawks are going to get a penalty here for charging. And the U18s look to be headed to the first power play of the day. Maybe. Nope, they're going to drop the puck at center, and looked like it was a charging indication, but that's not the call. So we'll stay 5-on-5. The draw moves out to center. And the U18s win control of it. Schock's pass missed everybody, and it was tipped on its way through the neutral zone, so no icing. The Hawks control, though. Phelan flies one from near his blue line down deep, and icing washed out here as Jete was ruled to have gotten to that one. It looked like he was a step behind. Play continues, though. O'Neill up the ice to the Hawks zone. The North Dakota native who's committed to North Dakota bounced off the boards in the corner at Lashaw's right. Hafley, though, bats it behind the Hawk net in hot pursuit now to the right wing boards. Looking for help from Murtagh. Hawks dig it out, and it's cleared to the line, but not out. Rimmed back behind the Blackhawk goal, counterclockwise. And at the right-hand side of Lashaw, Lansing takes over. Stops behind his net, waits for some traffic to clear, moves left to the goal. Slings it diagonally out to the neutral zone. Juggled there by Bogus. Batted ahead. Orlovsky dumps it in. 7.5 minutes into a scoreless first period. Both teams credited with 3 shots on goal. Takeaway by Schultz for Montero. He's poke-checked in the right wing circle. Nice recovery there by Trethaway. And that sends Fondrick through the neutral zone. Has help too. Centers one. And it was wide of the Blackhawk net and did not find Gallant. But now Richard Gallant on the right wing boards, keeping it away from some traffic. Good back check by Montero as he started to move out to center, lifted a stick. Delays the chance for the U18s to get a shot away initially. Puck in the left wing circle, Fondrick with it. We'll sweep it to the end wall, looking for Gallant. Nyes bounces him off the boards. Murtagh comes to join the scrum. It's batted into the opposite corner. Montero playing keep away from Phillips. Finds Schultz, avoids a check, now speeds out to the neutral zone with Walker. Gives it to him, crossing the line. Back for Schultz, left wing circle. He shoots, and a save made by Slavic. Best chance since the partial breakaway for McMorrow on the Hawks side. Hawks get it back. And Montero cross-checked beside the net after sending a pass through the slot. Huck picked it up, gives it to Peddle coming on a change. Now back to the end boards and Montero. He's knocked down by Phillips. Puck put off the glass and out to the neutral zone. Rolling puck, and it's icing against the U18s with 11:10 left to go in the first period. No score. And a draw coming back down beside the NTDP net. No change allowed. Would have been a official's timeout, but not with the icing call. Hawks scored in this situation yesterday against Chicago. An icing call, a tired group out there, and that's when Caden Hawkins scored the key insurance goal that extended what had been a long-standing 1-0 Blackhawk lead. Hawks win the face-off. Compton left point for Waterloo. Sets up, Peddle top of the right circle. Puts one through traffic, redirected wide. Phillips banks it behind his net. And Amico trying to outlet it. Murtagh separated from the puck by Compton. Hawks redirected toward the front of the net. Swept away by Slavic. McMorrow rolls it up the boards to Zaremba. He works back out toward the line. Fed it into the slot. Didn't find McMorrow. And Amico comes out to the neutral zone. Stick handles at the Blackhawk line. Gives the puck up there. Zaremba has it for Waterloo. Ryan Zaremba out through the neutral zone. Gains the line on right wing. Stops along the wall. Centered one. Backhanded by McMorrow. He scores! Here come the Hawks! Brendan McMorrow, Waterloo's Phase 2 first-round pick, getting the feed and backhanding it past Slavic. They were together last year in Plymouth with the NTDP. McMorrow coming to the Blackhawks this year and giving Waterloo the lead at 9:28 of the first period on the setup by Ryan Zaremba. It wasn't quite the same as the sequence following the icing call yesterday, where the Hawks were in the zone the entire time, but the Blackhawks do score in the shift following the icing call that prevented us from getting an official's timeout and would have been an opportunity for the U18s to circle the wagons. So the Hawks in front, 1-0 on McMorrow's first Blackhawk goal. Hawks credited with 5 shots to the U18s 3. Waterloo wins the restart. Mulgrave tried to dump it in. It Boomerangs back the other direction, and Halfley comes to the Blackhawk line with a shot that ricochets off a Blackhawk stick and clears the crossbar. Long rebound didn't get out. Now it goes off a leg, and we're going to have a penalty called against the Blackhawks here. As Mulgrave touches, the whistle sounds. 10-11 left to go in the first, and it's an elbowing call that will give the U18s the game's first power play and a chance to tie it up. Grady Deering for elbowing. That power play coming up. First, let's take a timeout. 10-11 left to go first period. Waterloo 1 and the U18s nothing. And apparently they're not going to take an official's timeout here. So we will stay here as well. Faceoff will be beside the Blackhawk net. Deering for elbowing. And it'll be Schultz penalty killing along with Montero, Compton, and Peddle. Stick side faceoff right of LeChat. Hawks win the draw. Peddle sends one clockwise around the wall. No one there for the U18s at the right point to hold it in. So it goes down the length of the rink. Yesterday, the U18s were 0 for 4 on the power play. The Blackhawks were 5 for 5 on the penalty kill against Chicago. Moore back to the Hawk line. Rims one to Trethaway, raiding right wing boards. He reversed it the other direction. Picked up by Schock at the left point. Goes rink wide for Trethaway in front of the benches. Moves up the wall toward the side of the net with a feed. And a centering pass blocked by Compton. Picked back up by Moore, but then poked away. Montero trying to keep the puck loose, trying to shovel it up the wall. And it comes loose. Montero's going to make it out to neutral ice. As far as the red line, he'll dump it in, and the Hawks change. 45 seconds into the penalty against Deering. 9:20 left to go in the first period. 1-0 Waterloo. Schock leaves the puck at center for Horkoff. Backhands to the Blackhawk line. Mooney goes rink wide for Moore. Sends one across the face of goal. Redirected wide by Horkoff. Long rebound kept in by Trethaway for Horkoff, right wing corner. Drops it back. Passes tipped and did not quite make it out on the stretch by Morick. It did take the Hawks, though, out of their defensive posture as the U18s get it back to the left point, and Bracco up the wall. And Mooney started toward the corner, reverses course back to the line. Now he goes towards the corner again. Chips a puck to Moore behind the Blackhawk net. Wrapped it around in front. Mooney a shot, and LeChat the save with 30 seconds left on the Deering minor. Still 1-0 Blackhawks with 8:40 to go in the first period. Enjoy a Blackhawks game with friends in the Kingpin Social at the rink seating area. Available to one group of 8 to 20 each game, including a complimentary alcoholic beverage for each person aged 21 and over. A free drink at Maple Lane's Kingpin Social Bar and Restaurant after the game, and more. For details, call the Hawks at 319-232-3444. Last half minute of the U18 power play. And the face-off one toward the corner. Mulgrave trying to bounce it behind the net. Taken away by Gallant. Drops it back to Bracco. Right point. Left point, Murtagh. And his shot is blocked, and the rebound cleared as Mulgrave got the loose puck and flipped it out to center. In the neutral zone, Horkoff jostled. Puck back inside the U18 blue line. Now a headman pass for Gallant on left wing. Chased by Brady and stripped in the corner. The Hawks clear it just as Deering comes out of the penalty box. Murtagh bounces it back into the Blackhawk zone, back to 5-on-5 with just over 8 minutes left to go. Mulgrave knocked down, but makes a play getting the puck to Lansing. Rink wide Brady, then up the ice for Deering, tipping it down into the left wing corner. The Hawks change behind him. The veteran Deering, left wing corner, hanging on to it, drops it back now. Long shot by Orlowski. Tipped and went wide. The puck along the boards on the right wing side. Bracco checked by Lansing. Puck comes off the ball. Murtagh could not get it out. Orlovsky backhands one towards the left corner, and Deering. And Deering trying to make some space for himself. Doesn't have a lot of room. A little bit of help from Lansing, but Bell takes it away and leaves it beside it. Team's offside, but the play allowed to continue as the puck's taken behind the Blackhawk net, tied up there. With Orlowski not able to get it out one way, Lansing will try the other boards. Phillips at the left point kept it in. Bell couldn't handle a pass in the corner and let it roll behind the Hawk net. Now swiped by Kwasnica. And Nyes knifes it free. Here's Lansing, 2-on-3, end of a shift. He'll dump it in with just under 7 minutes left to go in the first period. 1-0. Blackhawks have the lead. They've killed off a U18 power play. Now here's Huck with a takeaway. Stepping into the offensive zone. Stops top of the right circle. Gives the puck to Walker. In front. Stuff attempt by Hawkins. That was denied. Phelan gets the puck back. for Walker, left wing boards. High slot, Bogus. Then for Phelan. Plays a Karam off the right wall. Bottom of the right circle. Put it in front. Took a hit, but his shot didn't get through. Walker now a drive, and that one was turned aside. Bouncing puck, Bogus. Got it to settle down. Flipped it to Hawkins, left wing corner. Hawkins turning. Knocked to a knee. Huck carries on. Sweeps it back out to Bogus. Fakes a shot, gives the puck to Huck. He dodges a check, trying to move right in. Rolling puck, and it's free just at the top of the crease. Stuff attempt, and it goes wide. Halfley trying to clear. Phelan gloves it down. Phelan right wing boards. Across the high slot with a pass for Bogus. His shot was deflected and went wide. And now Phillips clears. Long bounce down into the Blackhawks zone. Icing is the result, and Bogus pushed into the end wall. And now Bell comes after Bogus after the whistle. 5:53 left to go in the first. Phillips and Amico come flying up the ice too. Still 1-0 Hawks. They pull everybody apart. That took some doing as Halfley had to be dragged away. Amico jawing with Schultz. Icing call is going to result in a face-off down by the U18 net. Should not be a change allowed here for the U18s. 5:53 left to go in the opening period. Kasiba, Montero, and Schultz, Compton, and Peddle are the 5 Blackhawks on the ice. And the draw won by the U18s. Phillips rolling it behind his net to Amico, trying to clear it. Compton kicked it and capped it in. And Montero got it next, but was unable to center it. It's just at the line, comes out to center a couple of feet in front of the U18 bench. Now pulled off the boards. Phillips takes his time, turns, harassed by Schultz, fell down. Hawks take it away. Montero in front. Here's a chance, and a save made. Rebound at the top of the crease, pulled away by the U18s with a good effort back defensively for Bondrick. Puck batted through the neutral zone, now recovered inside the Hawks line by Compton, and Schultz give it back to Compton after handling it for just a moment. Just over 5 minutes left to play in the first. Now it comes to Schultz at center on right wing. Backs down Phillips, stops inside the line to the late man Peddle, moves in, wrist shot, missed the net. And the puck along the wall right wing side, brought back out, cleared by Mooney, but intercepted by Peddle, dumped back in. 1-0 Hawks, 4:55 to go in the first period. Phillips chipped it ahead, comes to center. Hawks trying to send it the other way. It ricochets. Zaremba now brings it in. Set up the first goal, and the play is offside here. Zaremba had it across the line, but trying to stick handle, pulled it back out with 4:44 left to go in the first period. 1-0. The Blackhawks have the lead, and with the offside call, we've got a timeout on the ice. Let's take a 30-second break and come back after this on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
At our store, we have something for all seasons. This is Ted from Ted's Home and Hardware in Evanston. This is hockey season, and you know we're proud supporters of the Blackhawks. Be part of the Blackhawks family and stop into our family-owned and operated store for value and the products you need for your home and property.
Ames True Temper rakes and garden tools are made in the USA. They'll help you clean up the yard this fall and autumn after autumn. Get them now from Ted's Home and Hardware.
Waterloo won the National Team Development Program under 18s, nothing. 4:44 left to go in the first period. Brendan McMorrow with the lone goal in the game. Hawks with a 7-4 shots on goal edge against the U18s right now. After an offside call against Waterloo, the face-off to restart place just outside the NTDP line. Hawks win it, but a bad break as Poulin tried to go across ice, hit his own man Zaremba, and it ricochets down into the Hawks zone where Nyes dodged a oncoming U18 player, spins away from another, gets the puck out to the neutral zone for Huck, chips it across the line. Here's Zaremba kicking to his stick into the middle for the Hawks. Looked like McMorrow had the first chance at it, but he didn't see the puck there in time. And the puck back into the corner on the right wing side. Poulin for McMorrow, spinning it in front. Missed Zaremba. Huck with a drive, and that was blocked, and the long carom goes off of a U18 player who is down. And the shot blocked there in painful fashion for Will Moore. Meanwhile, Nyes back out to center for McMorrow. Hands it off to Deering. Now Zaremba on right wing. Zaremba in front. Deering a stuff attempt. Now McMorrow scores! Here come the Hawks! Deering's first attempt was knocked down but left free, and McMorrow there to pounce. And Waterloo takes a 2-0 lead with the former NTDP forward doing the damage twice over. 16:04 the time of the goal. Deering will get an assist on it, and I think Zaremba will as well. And he'll have 2 assists if so. And the Hawks in front 2-0. And we'll keep an eye out for Will Moore after he blocked a big Sam Huck shot and needed assistance off to the bench. Not with play stopped, but he had a defenseman grab hold of him and help to shove him along towards the gate. Meanwhile, the puck dropped and ends up going into the protective netting, out of play off the restart. Down to 3:43 left in the first period. 2-0 Waterloo. Hawks have Deering, Hawkins, and Morick out there, plus Mulgrave and Brady for the offensive zone faceoff. And some movement before the draw. Everyone will reset. And they face off one by Morick. Back to Mulgrave, right point shooting. It was wide. Hit the end boards. Brady found it on the opposite wall for Morick, who throws off a check. Puck slides into the corner on the right wing side, out of Hawkins' reach initially. Help arrives Mulgrave, helping to keep it in for Morick behind the net. Fends off Schock. Works his way to the left wing boards. Morick, who had a goal and an assist yesterday, got it free for Deering. Extra pass. Brady spinning. High slot. Tries a backhander. It went wide. Now the loose puck picked up by Vig. Played it back to the end wall, but Morick there to take it away. He and Schock each went down to a knee and canceled each other out. And now it's reversed back their direction after escaping. Schock flies it out to the neutral zone. And Hawkins trying to glove it down. Harassed by Bell. We've got a whistle and a hit. I think a hand pass called first, though, as looked like Bell got a piece of that. Apparently he did not touch it. And the hand pass is called against the Blackhawks with 2:56 left to go in the opening period. Hawks have limited the U18s to 4 shots on goal and taken a 2-0 lead. Waterloo able to win a draw. It goes back down into the Hawks zone. Bogus gives the puck to Phelan. Feathered it ahead, and there was pressure coming. Lansing didn't see it. Hawks kept in their own zone here as Halfley flips it across to Trethewey. His long try is deflected almost immediately and flies out of play with 2:37 left to go in the first period. Coming up tonight on The Fan, it's Sunday night NFL football with the Kansas City Chiefs matched up against the Atlanta Falcons. After our broadcast this afternoon from the Pittsburgh suburbs, lots of NFL talk and updates, and then the big Sunday night game between Kansas City and Atlanta right here on The Fan. Face-off at the left of LaShaw. Hawks win the draw. And it's Bogus bouncing it ahead. Orlowski able to clear it. Lansing picks it up. 2 defenders in front of him. He still gains the line, working his way to the right wing corner. Steers the puck up the wall. Barnett took it away, but played it into space where there was no help. Lansing ended up giving it back to Barnett, but now a failed clearing attempt as Bogus takes it away. He works up the wall into the right wing corner. Bounced off the boards. Jete coming to try to help out. It's a 4-player knot, and now Bogus is going to get a penalty as he knocked down one of the U18s, and that was, I think, in retaliation for a hit that he felt was high, but the U18s to their second power play of this game, unless there's a offsetting call that's going to be made. And maybe there will. They're going to also give a penalty to Asher Barnett, but the arms went up with Bogus knocking over the U18 defender. A cross-checking penalty and a roughing call. And will these offset, or will there be an extra minor to Bogus? Based on where the position of the draw is, looks like they're going to be offsetting calls. So 4 skaters aside. And the face-off beside the U18 net. 2-0 Hawks, 2:08 left to go in the first period, and almost all of that time will be 4-on-4 hockey. McMorrow 2 goals in the game and out for the draw here. And the face-off is played back toward the line. Compton back defensively, pokes this one, even though he was not able to get possession of it. He does buy time for the rest of the Hawks to get out of the offensive zone. The U18's possess with Amico going across the ice for Murtagh on left wing. 2-on-3 to the Blackhawk line. Murtagh makes his way to the corner, shadowed by Peddle. They bounce each other off the wall and now get caught up, and Compton steps in to take the puck for Waterloo. And now back for Peddle coming out through the neutral zone on left wing, just onside. Peddle knocked down to all fours. He slides into the corner on the left wing side with the puck. It comes to McMorrow, shooting! Gloved and held by Slavic with 90 seconds left to go in the opening period. 4-on-4. Hawks had one of these situations yesterday in their game against Chicago. Waterloo started the year last year pretty good in 4-on-4 situations. It did balance out as the year went on. Deering, a clean face-off, went back to Nyes. Sweeps a pass to Michael Phelan. Put one toward the net. It was blocked by Bracco. Phelan gets it back. He goes to the side of the net, and now to his forehand. Hit the side of the goal with his shot. Deering banks it back out. Left point, Nyes. Lots of room. Nyes avoids a check. Now puts the puck on his backhand. Banks it to himself off the end boards. Trying to recover it, and it's separated from him by O'Neill. And the puck cleared, but Deering gets it back and swoops right back in on right wing. Forced to turn along the boards, now lost control of it, but kept in. No, it wasn't by Nyes. Flipped back across the line. The Hawks are offside with 55.5 seconds left to go in the opening period. And a 2-0 Blackhawk lead. Again, 4-on-4 at the moment. Draw just outside the U18 blue line. Hawks last year 35-25-2. The NTDP collectively in USHL play 22-35-5. Hawks win the face-off. Compton feeds it ahead for Morick. Batted away though, comes right back to Compton. He circles back at his blue line. Tried to bank it to Hawkins. Shock read it, took it away, but now he's harassed by Morick. Retreating, finding help from Lindbergh. Shock once more. Fed one through the neutral zone, carried over the Blackhawk line. Bell goes behind the Waterloo net, poked off his stick by Brady. Shock backpedals out to center. Looking to rush through the neutral zone, 4-on-4. 15 seconds left till the teams come back to full strength. 20 seconds to go in the period. Shock up the ice. Tripped up. Play can, nope, they are going to call a penalty. The trailing official did not. The lead official did call it, and it's a power play for the U18s. With 11.3 left to go in the first period. And the penalties against the Blackhawks, Dylan Compton. So it'll be a 4-on-3 face-off. Each player will get a skater back. There'll be 8 seconds or so left when that happens, and 11 seconds and a fraction on the power play before the period ends. The Hawks will have Schultz, Montero, and Phelan. That's 2 forwards and a defenseman because Bogus will be the player coming out of the penalty box. Fondrick, Mooney, Shock, and Trethaway are the U18 skaters. Schultz wins the draw. Phelan lifts the puck, and a bad break for the Blackhawks as it goes up into the protective netting. The offsetting minors are at an end, so now a 5-on-4 face-off. What might be the final face-off of this first period. If the U18s don't score, they'll have 1 minute and 48 seconds of power play time left to begin period number 2. Schultz will try to win another one. And could not this time. Trethaway back for Shock just inside the line. Back for Trethaway. One-timer right into the glove of LaShaw. As the buzzer sounds, there were probably a few tenths of a second left as LaShaw gloved that, but before the whistle could sound, the buzzer did, and so the Hawks will carry the 2-0 lead into intermission. We'll take a timeout and come back to recap the opening frame, but first a break. Hawks 2, U18s nothing on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
More more on savings and checking accounts and pay less when you buy or refinance a home or vehicle. That's how our members come out millions of dollars ahead each year, giving you more. That's the value of Veridian. Go to veridiancu.org to see how you can save. Equal housing opportunity insured by NCUA.
Bugsy's Pest Solutions, solving problems, that's what we do. Bugsy's Pest Solutions, 239-2772.
It's that time of year. Rodents that are outdoors now will want to come in from the cold. They can bring along diseases no one wants in their home. Stop those rodents from getting comfortable with help from Bugsy's Pest Solutions in Waterloo, 239-2772, or online at bugsyspestsolutions.com.
Slow ruins everything, so why not pay less for fast? US Cellular's home internet gives you the speed you need for just $39.99 per month when bundled with a wireless plan with a 3-year price lock guarantee. Get fast 5G home internet made simple. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. U.S. Cellular, built for us. Visit U.S. Cellular, located on Grandin Boulevard in Cedar Falls, 4th Street Southwest in Waverly, and Flaming Drive in Waterloo.
High sticking, cross-checking, gouging. Don't get gouged when you come out to the game. Third-party ticket sites can add huge fees that double or triple the cost of your seats. Skip the search engines. When you order Blackhawks tickets, go directly to tickets.waterlooblackhawks.com. Tickets.waterlooblackhawks.com. Get the best prices, the widest selection, and take gouging out of the game. Blackhawks hockey. Paint the town red.
The Courtyard by Marriott in Waterloo is the place to fuel your passion when you visit the Cedar Valley. Built in the historic John Deere factory, the Courtyard by Marriott is a short walk away from the arena, the John Deere Tractor and Engine Museum, and more. Visit the official hotel of the Waterloo Blackhawks. The Courtyard by Marriott at 250 Westfield Avenue in Waterloo's vibrant downtown offers a state-of-the-art hotel experience while providing more flexibility and choices for their guests. Courtyard by Marriott, fueled by passion.
Whatever your project and wherever you are, Karen's Printwright can handle all your printing needs under one roof. This is Blackhawks coach Matt Smady. From design to delivery, Karen's Printwright does it all. Forms or business cards for your office, invitations or envelopes for special events, yard signs, rubber stamps, screen printing, and so much more. Find all the details at karensprintwright.com, where you can also request a quote right from home. Karen's Printwright on Falls Avenue in Waterloo, and open online around the clock at karensprintwright.com.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at US Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smartertogether. Member FDIC.
On air and online. Listen to Blackhawks hockey at 1650thefan.com. 1650 The Fan.
The Waterloo Blackhawks on top 2-0 at the end of one period against the National Team Development Program under 18s. Time for our first intermission scoring summary presented by Ted's Home and Hardware. And on this Sunday afternoon, Brendan McMorrow has broken through for a couple against the program he played for over the last couple of seasons. He scored the day's first goal at 9:28 of the opening period, getting a feed from Ryan Zaremba. It came his way through the right wing circle, and McMorrow able to squeeze his shot past Joey Slavic. Zaremba the lone assist on that Blackhawk goal, and Waterloo up 1-0, and it was 2-0 at 16:04. This time Zaremba was shooting from near the top of the right circle. Grady Deering was at the front of the net looking to redirect it. He got a piece of it, but the puck was stopped, however not controlled by Slavic, and McMorrow also waiting right near the front of the net to tuck in the rebound. His second of the game and second of the season, assisted by Deering and Zaremba to give the Blackhawks a 2-0 lead. Waterloo was shorthanded for a full 2 minutes. The teams almost played a full 2 minutes 4-on-4, but a late first period penalty called against Dylan Compton for tripping, put the NTDP on their second power play, and that will resume with the start of the second period. The NTDP officially 0 for 1, and on power play number 2, the Blackhawks have not had a power play, but they did outshoot the U18s 11-4 during the opening 20 minutes. And that's our first intermission scoring summary presented by Ted's Home and Hardware. Attract wild birds to your yard with a 40-pound bag of Nature's Own wild bird seed on sale now at Ted's Home and Hardware for $15.99. Nature's Own food for the birds you love. Stop in and see Ted and his staff there to help. Ted's Home and Hardware, 3550 Lafayette Road in Evansdale. After a break, we'll come back to tell you about some of the things you can look forward to at Young Arena this fall. Stay with us. We'll also tell you about the other game going on in the USHL Fall Classic before the puck drops on period 2. Hawks 2, U18s nothing on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
Shop, donate, or volunteer to help Habitat for Humanity at the Restore in Waterloo. Whether you purchase or donate furniture, building materials, or appliances, you make it possible for families in Northeast Iowa to achieve home ownership in decent, affordable housing.
Welcome back at intermission as the Waterloo Black.
107 Hammond Avenue in Waterloo, or check them out at webuildhabitat.org/restore. Help Habitat do more. Shop the Restore in Waterloo.
Okay, so you've had some disagreements about the best way to eat Domino's new New York-style pizza.
Well, it's cut into 6 big slices. You gotta hold them with both hands.
No, the best way is to fold it so you contain all the toppings and melty provolone cheese and...
But eating it flat gives you the perfect balance of cheese, sauce, and crust.
Folding it is tradition.
Personally, I use a fork and knife.
I think we need a new therapist.
Agreed.
Decide the best way to eat it for yourself when you get Domino's new New York-style pizza.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End of friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Fit Pop Popcorn. It's a poppin' in Iowa. But many people don't have world-class popcorn growing in their neighborhood. Fit Pop is grown better right next door in Cedar Falls. Never fear, you can ship Fit Pop Popcorn anywhere in the United States. Think of those people who don't have Fit Pop Popcorn at their local grocery store. Send them a Midwestern care package from fit-pop.com. That's fit-pop.com. Fit Pop Popcorn. It's a poppin' in Iowa.
When it's hockey time in Party Town, the Blackhawks are on. 1650 The Fan.
Welcome back at intermission as the Waterloo Blackhawks and the National Team Development Program Under-18s play the final game during the 2024 USHL Fall Classic in the Pittsburgh area. UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex in Cranberry Township, Pennsylvania. And after this, teams will get the chance to make their way to their home rinks for games next weekend, including the Waterloo Blackhawks home opener. A lot to come during the first month of the season for the Blackhawks on home ice. So we're going to take some time at this intermission and go over the promotional calendar that's coming up, and the full promotional schedule will be released during the coming week. But the regular season home opener for the Hawks is Saturday. That's September the 28th against the Des Moines Buccaneers. The Saturday home game at 6:05 in Young Arena. And opening night is presented by Rydell Auto. It is National Drink Beer Day, and that's going to lead to a whole variety of activities surrounding Party Town American Lager, which will be back this year from Single Speed Brewing in the Cedar Valley. We'll have a Party Town American Lager debut at Single Speed at 4 o'clock next Saturday, sort of a kickoff party for that popular beer, which sold out before the end of last season. Check out the details at WaterlooBlackhawks.com, but hope to see you there between 4 and 6. Also, the opener is the first of this year's Signature Saturdays. So after the game next Saturday, meet select Blackhawks players up on the concourse for autographs and photos. Then the Hawks are away until Friday, October the 11th, when they host the Muskegon Lumberjacks. This is the 25th anniversary of the movie Fight Club, and the Hawks will celebrate that with Fight Club night. So you'll see a lot of clips, maybe some trivia, and a lot of fond memories of that Brad Pitt, Edward Norton film. Also, Karen's Print Right will give away poster schedules to the first 1,000 fans in attendance to see the Blackhawks and Muskegon Lumberjacks 7:05 on October the 11th. Then there's another gap of a couple weeks before the Blackhawks play at home on October the 25th. That game is the first of 3 home games in a really short span. The game on the 25th is against the Des Moines Buccaneers, another matchup that's part of the DePaco Cowbell Cup Series. It's also the first of this year's United States Air Force College Nights, so college students can get tickets at a discount. We'll give away magnet schedules, and that game on the 25th of October is also the first family 4-pack night, so you can get some concessions value along with your tickets when you order that package through WaterlooBlackhawks.com. The Cedar Rapids Rough Riders come to Young Arena for the first time the next night on October the 26th, the Saturday at 6:05. The game is sponsored by the Bin Store in Cedar Falls. They'll be giving away special items to lucky fans who arrive early. It's another signature Saturday. The Hawks will have a scary good ticket deal that we'll tell you more about in the weeks ahead, but that's been a Halloween tradition over the last several seasons, so a ticket package you'll want to keep an eye out for. And 9th of October, when the Hawks take on the Dubuque Fighting Saints for the first time, complimentary youth tickets courtesy of the Courtyard by Marriott, and the Blackhawks will have a big Halloween party that night. All that coming up within the next month or so on the Blackhawks home schedule. Again, the home opener Saturday against the Des Moines Buccaneers next weekend. More to come at intermission from the UPMC Lemieux Sports Complex as the Waterloo Blackhawks take on the National Team Development Program under 18s during this year's USHL Fall Classic. You're listening to Blackhawks Hockey on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
At Green Acres Storage, we can take it. Think of us as storage therapists. We provide clean, safe, secure, climate-controlled storage units in a complete range of sizes. Feel free to unload on us in our enclosed and heated load-in area. And ask about our Penske truck rentals and packing supplies. And feel better fast, knowing the storage pros at Green Acres specialize in not judging. We'll keep your stuff and your secrets. Green Acres. Because life is hard. Storage is not.
Right now, someone is having fun at Maple Lanes in Cadillac Extreme Bowling Center. Sure, there's fun for bowlers, but there's also gamers, party animals, and anyone who loves good food. If you haven't been to Maple Lanes in Cadillac XBC lately, you don't know how much fun you're missing. Then there's Kingpin Social, open with a full menu for lunch and dinner every day. MapleLanesWaterloo.com, 2608 University Avenue. CadillacXBC.com, 650 LaPorte Road. Have some fun tonight.
At our store, we have something for all seasons. This is Ted from Ted's Home and Hardware in Evansdale. This is hockey season, and you know we're proud supporters of the Blackhawks. Be part of the Blackhawks family and stop into our family-owned and operated store for value and the products you need for your home and property.
Ames True Temper rakes and garden tools are made in the USA. They'll help you clean up the yard this fall and autumn after autumn. Get them now from Ted's Home and Hardware.
Save more with Veridian Credit Union. Score top shelf savings with lower fees and better rates on accounts, loans, and credit cards. At Veridian, you'll earn more on savings and checking accounts and pay less when you buy or refinance a home or vehicle. That's how our members come out millions of dollars ahead each year. Giving you more. That's the value of Veridian. Go to VeridianCU.org to see how you can save. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
Your home for the Waterloo Blackhawks, 1650 The Fan.
Waterloo 2, the National Team Development Program under 18s, nothing after one period. Second about to begin, and most of the first 2 minutes will be spent with the U18s on a power play. 1 minute and 49 seconds of power play time after a late penalty on the Hawks' Dylan Compton. The Muskegon Lumberjacks were up 2-0 on the Sioux Falls Stampede in the other game that's going on right now during the Fall Classic, but that one now in the third, tied at 2, with the Stampede rallying on goals by Bryce Ingles and John McNellis. And checking some football scores of interest, third quarter, the Indianapolis Colts lead the Chicago Bears 7-3. Also in the third, Green Bay on top of Tennessee 27-7. The Minnesota Vikings ahead of the Houston Texans 21-0. And later on, here on The Fan, here the Kansas City Chiefs take on the Atlanta Falcons. 2-0 Hawks, both goals by Brendan McMorrow. The Hawks start the second by winning a draw, and it's sent down the length of the ice by Peddle. Schock plays it to Fondrick, who turns deep in his own zone and now starts for neutral ice. And given some room to cross the center circle, then for Trethaway on right wing, back for Fondrick along the boards on the right wing side in the Hawks zone. Trethaway headed into the deep slot then for Schock. Here's a centering feed, and it didn't materialize in a shot for Will Moore. The Hawks take it away and clear it. Moore was down after a shot block in the opening period. This might be his first shift since that happened. But back out there now. Moore trying to hand the puck off. The U18's offside at the Blackhawk line after an errant pass. And 1:05 left on the penalty to Compton. 2-0 Hawks. Again, both goals scored by Brendan McMorrow, the former NTDP forward. Draw just outside the Blackhawk blue line. Morick and Horkoff for the face-off. And it's shot toward the boards off the draw, then dumped in by the NTDP's Murtagh. Came around the wall clockwise, dug out, shot the other way by Morick. Murtagh hustling, can't quite get there to seal the boards and keep the puck in. And now down to 50 seconds left on the U18 power play. Bracco leaves the puck near his blue line. Murtagh accelerates through center, crossing into the Blackhawks zone. Cuts behind the Waterloo net on his backhand, knocked off the puck by Brady. Morick sweeps it up the wall, but swiped back by Horkoff. Goes out to the left point for Halfley, then Bracco right point. Sets up a one-timer that clears the crossbar. Horkoff off the mark. Halfley got it back out to the line. Murtagh given some room. He steps into the left circle, tried to center. When it comes right back, he centers again. This is also off a skate. Cleared to the line, not out. Bracco kept it in. Up the boards, Halfley. Back to Bracco. Rink wide, Horkoff. 10 seconds on the power play. Horkoff drops it back. Bracco mans the right point. His shot is tipped. Hit his own man. Bouncing across the goal line. The U18s follow up and score. Landon Halfley looked like he might have gotten the last touch, and after the Blackhawks held their opponents scoreless for 4 periods so far, the NTDP strikes on the early second period power play at 1:47. It was just a handful of seconds left before the Hawks would have gotten through that 7th power play against in this Fall Classic, but 1:47 the time of the goal for Landon Halfley. So it's a 2-1 game and a power play conversion for the U18s. Their first in 6 tries during this USHL Fall Classic. Hawks control. Mulgrave with a dump in. McMorrow trying to get back to it, but knifed away. With a good effort by Asher Barnett, the U18s don't get it out. And the Hawks then mishandle it at the line. McMorrow turns, trying to feed it ahead. Bell cut it off. His pass allows Gallant to chase down to the Hawks zone, but Mulgrave got a step on him. And it comes up the wall, back toward the line, not out. Lindbergh a shot, missed the net. Comes off the end wall to Phillips, left point. Low shot, tipped. Good save. That one may have been off the Blackhawk stick, but LaShaw got a piece of it. Now it comes down into the U18 zone. And now the U18's playing with Harrison Bettiger, by the way, in net. A change in goal for the U18s. Didn't notice that with the power play time to start the period. It's in the offensive zone for a moment. Cleared. Poulin knocks it down at center and then steers it back deep. Bettiger settles it behind his net, and Phillips smoked out by Schultz. His errant pass broken up with Montero getting control of it, centering. That one didn't get through to anybody in a Hawks jersey, but now Compton a drive, missed the net. Springs out of the left wing corner. Poulin rolled it towards the end boards. Walker, who scored yesterday for the Hawks, gives it to Poulin, trying to center it, and it's deflected back Montero's way. Golfed one toward the net. It ricocheted wide. Into the corner on the right wing side it goes, and now behind the net, Phillips and Schultz chasing, and Schultz gets there for Waterloo. Back to Poulin, top of the left circle, it eluded him, and trickles out to center. Poulin trying to leave it in the neutral zone. Moore took it back, steps over the line, flattens just inside the zone. The Hawks come the other way. Montero backhands one ahead. Schultz has a partial breakaway. He shoots, fought off with the blocker by Bettiger. Now Schultz has it back, kicking to his stick, but it got away from him right near the line. Now the Hawks have to retreat with Bogus dumping it in. Bettiger slows it behind the net, and Bracco picks it up right of his goal. Goes across the width of the ice. It's banked out to the neutral zone by Keene. Comes to Mooney at the Hawk line. Stripped from him. Murtagh carries on. He's bottled up, though, right at the stripe. And Phelan for Waterloo. Trying to go across the width of the ice. Missed his mark, but gets the puck back as the U18s were starting a change. Now for Bogus. Fed it ahead. Missed Lansing. It ricochets the other direction. Phelan begins again. Just over 4 minutes into the second period. Lansing turns up ice for Waterloo. Looking for Orlowski, and it was out of his reach. Went down into the left wing corner. Quickly back out to center with Mooney. Miscontrolling one, half away from him. And the Hawks Bogus circles. Halfley pursued him behind the net. The Bogus trying to break it out. Mooney got in the way. Now one-on-one against LaShaw, who makes a blocker save. Phelan made sure that wouldn't come off the end glass out in front, and now Lansing out to center, 3-on-3. Lansing angled to the boards, knocked off balance, and dueling with Barnett, who puts him in a headlock and jabs at him. 15:05 left to go in the second period. This stops play as Lansing out there still looking for that helmet, with pushing and shoving among the other players on the ice. While we've got a moment, mention that Harrison Bettiger played in 16 USHL games for the NTDP last year. He was 2-10-1, a 4.75 goals against average, and save percentage down around 85. The Hawks saw him last December, and he took the loss in a game where he allowed 6 on 32 shots. Blackhawks to their first power play of the day, up 2-1 with 15:05 left in the second. The penalty here is against the NTDP defenseman Asher Barnett, who initiated that contact with Lansing and wrenched off his helmet. Hawks yesterday 0-for-2 against Chicago on the power play. The U18s were shorthanded just once against Sioux Falls. They killed that off, but last year the program, a tough go penalty killing. They were 12th in the league at around 75%. McMorrow able to win the draw with some help from Huck. It comes back to Compton in the high slot. He whipped on a wrist shot, but it came to Zaremba. Back to Compton under pressure, looking for Zaremba. Huff there to help keep it in, and now it hops away from McMorrow. Shock turns and clears. Compton batting it down near his own blue line. Settles the bouncing puck. O'Neill shadows him. Compton leaves the puck for Zaremba, who's got a couple of assists. Then for McMorrow, who has both Blackhawk goals. To the line for Deering. Flipped it toward the net. It's smothered by Bettiger. 1:28 left on the Hawks power play. 14.5 to play in period 2. Hawks have a 14-6 shots on goal edge against the U18s. Deering for the face-off. He ends up in a pile with the NTDP centerman. That was Moore. U18s get control and clear. LaShaw flips it to McMorrow. It hopped over his stick, and Gallant will play it back to his own zone. The U18's able to waste some time. They send it down the length of the ice. Here's Compton for Waterloo. Headman pass to center. Deering had a stop near the red line, but has room to skate it across into the offensive zone. Took a hit on the right wing boards, but rimmed it behind the net. And it's played toward the line. Compton, a nice play through his skates to find Deering for a shot. Bettiger had it off of his glove, fighting it off. Deering gets it back, trying to center for McMorrow, chopping at it. Couldn't get the puck to go through. Now Zaremba turns back out toward the top of the left circle. For McMorrow, shooting off of the leg and wide. Huck picking it back up to the left wing corner. Now Deering and Wall. Then Zaremba, bottom of the right circle. Out to the line. Compton catches it on his backhand. Saucers it to McMorrow. Top of the left ring. Leaves the puck for Compton. 25 seconds on the power play. Compton shot. And it looked like Bettiger got a piece of that. Deering steps in to try and locate it left corner. McMorrow does now, but his pass is just past the toe of Compton's stick. Slides down into the Hawks zone. Compton chased by Bell. And Bell takes it away deep in the Blackhawks zone, banks it back out to the neutral zone, and that'll kill off the final seconds of the Waterloo power play. Shock banking one ahead. It comes to LaShaw. He plays it out to center himself. Hawkins had it, but overskated it. And now brought back in on right wing by Barnett out of the penalty box. Into the corner, Halfley goes behind the Hawk net. Halfley stops quickly, centers one through the crease. It goes all the way to the opposite wall now. Lindberg just missed the net with a drive. Long bounce, Schock back to his own zone. Missed Lindberg with a pass. He finds it on a carom, clears it. Kwasnica handing it off to Mooney to the Hawks' zone. Sharp angle chance, and LeShaw the save. Rebound, couple of Hawks nearly collide, but Murick there to get control, then poke check. Mooney moves and shoots, he scores! L.J. Mooney, a low shot that got through the Blackhawks' LeShaw, and it's a tie game. So like the other matchup at the Fall Classic today, the U18s have done the same thing the Sioux Falls Stampede did and come back from a 2-0 deficit to make it 2-2. The goal for L.J. Mooney at 7:31 of the second period. So a new game after the Hawks really had the best of it and still have a 15-7 edge in shots on goal. But some miscues here in period 2. A power play conversion by the U18s, then the Hawks not able to do much with their power play. And the U18s take Joey Slavic off the hook after he allowed 2 in the opening period, and it's a new game. Back underway, Trethaway. Right of his net, comes to center, shy of the referee's crease, fed it down into the Hawks zone. Schultz after it for Waterloo. Comes from behind his net, flicking a pass to Walker. Then for Lansing, rink wide. Lansing cut off by Trethaway, but Schultz there to pick the puck up and carry on. Bodied by Phillips behind the NTDP goal. Then knocked to all fours. Puck still underneath him. Looking to get some help from Lansing, but it's taken back by Trethaway. And Phillips, left of his goal, bounced it out to the neutral zone. And back to the Blackhawk line. And Moore knocked off balance. Here's Schultz back to center. Brandon Schultz carries in on left wing. Trying to move toward the slot with the puck. Had to sweep it back towards the left wing boards for Peddle. His shot is blocked, and the U18s control the loose puck. Bracco banking it out to center. Missed his target, Murtagh, and icing washed out as Fondrick wins the race to the puck, dropping it to the late coming Halfley, and his shot went off the leg and caroms back out to center. Mulgrave had it, lost it in the neutral zone. Gallant carries in, wrist shot blocked, and it goes off of Peddle's stick up and out of play with 11:11 left in the second. 2-2 the score. The draw is going to be at the right side of LeShaw. McMorrow passing along something to each of the other skaters out there before he goes to take the draw here. Some movement before the face-off. And when the puck is down successfully, McMorrow wins it. Mulgrave trying to move it behind his net, and it's taken away by Murtagh. Comes out to the left wing boards, back for Barnett. Wrist shot. LeShaw got a piece of it. It went into the corner at his left. Pile up there. Murtagh lost it to Huck, who hands the puck off to Nyes, absorbs the check, got the puck to McMorrow, carries up the ice, swept a pass for Huck, stepping through the left circle from a knee, tried to center one, and it's smothered instead by Bettiger. 10:42 left to go in the second period. Game tied at 2. Let's take a break and come back in 30 seconds on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
Bugsy's Pest Solutions, solving problems, that's what we do. Bugsy's Pest Solutions, 239-2772.
It's that time of year. Rodents that are outdoors now will want to come in from the cold. They can bring along diseases no one wants in their home. Stop those rodents from getting comfortable with help from Bugsy's Pest Solutions in Waterloo. 239-2772 or online at Bugsy'sPestSolutions.com.
It's a 2-2 game in the Pittsburgh suburbs. The Waterloo Blackhawks in the National Team Development Program under-18s tied after the Hawks got 2 from Brendan McMorrow in the first period. 2 for the U18s in the first 7:31 of the second have leveled the score. Blackhawks with their home opener next Saturday. That's the 28th of September. It's presented by Rydell Auto. The Hawks will take on the Des Moines Buccaneers in the first game during the DePaco Cowbell Cup Series this season. Hope to see you at Young Arena next Saturday. 10:42 left in the second. 2-2 the score. Face-off at the right of Harrison Bettiger, on in relief of Joey Slavic. Face-off is pushed to the boards on the left wing side, where Huck battles with O'Neill. Puck squirts toward the corner and played by Amico. Clockwise, Barnett chased by Zaremba, and the puck now comes out to center. O'Neill got it into the Blackhawks zone, has some help coming, has to go to the end board, circles into the left wing corner, drops it back to Barnett, then for O'Neill, swept off of his stick and out to center it goes. Lindbergh bounced it ahead. Bell trying to keep it moving, but O'Neill jostled, and Lindbergh will have to lift it down toward the right wing corner. Nick Bogus for Waterloo. Moved it to Compton. He flies one off the glass. Deering let it go by, but it found Morick, and then Zaremba juggling it into the offensive zone. The bouncing puck got away. Phillips trying to clear it. Morick pursues. Big hit just outside the line, colliding Bell and Deering. Now back to the Hawk zone. Here's a shot by Halfley. Fought off by LeShaw with the blocker. It's at LeShaw's right. Halfley doing battle with Phelan. Morick there too. So is Mooney. Now Mooney upended by Morick. Morick's going to get a penalty. It's going to be the third power play for the U18s, but first an opportunity for Trethaway. It was blocked, and the whistle sounds as Reed Morick will take a turn for the penalty box. The U18 rally began with a power play conversion, and now they've got a chance to go ahead. Back on the power play for the first time since scoring that goal. 9:23 left to go in the second period. 2-2 the score as Reed Morick goes to take a seat. Round up a group of friends for a group discount. With 10 people or more, you'll receive substantial savings off the face value of your tickets. Book your group outing in advance with the Waterloo Blackhawks front office by calling 319-232-3444. Stick side face-off right of LeShaw. Schultz will take the draw. Horkoff on the other side of the spot. And this face-off goes towards the end wall. O'Neill trying to sweep it back out to Murtagh and finds him at the left point. Murtagh drops it out, and Bracco, who assisted on the first goal, gives it to Horkoff. And back around to Bracco. Horkoff in quick succession recovers it. His shot blocked by Brady up out of play. Hawks got through all but the final 3 seconds of that last U18 power play. But better zone time on that power play for the U18s than they had on their first. 9:05 to go in the second, just past the midway point of regulation, and a 2-2 score. And a face-off is controlled by Brady as he fought his way to get to that puck and swat it out through the neutral zone after it looked like a U18 face-off win. Bracco motors back through center for O'Neill on right wing, trying to return the puck. Mulgrave got a piece of it. Comes off the boards to the left wing side for Halfley. Then for Bracco at the right face-off dot. Back rink wide, Murtagh, a wrist shot, he scores. Putting it up over the shoulder of LeShaw from above the left dot. It's 3 straight for the U18s, all in this second period. A 3-2 lead at 11:21 of the second. Murtagh with the power play score, and the U18s are 2 for 3 on the advantage. That's a big reason why this game has tilted into their favor here. And that one had plenty behind it. Murtagh last year in USHL competition, able to do some damage. Scored 9 last year, plus 10 assists. So now the Hawks play from behind for the first time this season. And the puck back in play in the neutral zone. McMorrow bats it down into the offensive end. Shock after it. Trying to clear it. Compton took it away off the boards, but his centering feed hit a skate. Fondrick behind his net. Trying to escape from Zaremba. Banks one towards Gallant. Read by McMorrow, taken away. Moves in. McMorrow dragging. Whipped on a shot. And the Hawks didn't get a chance in that sequence as the puck comes back out to center. Moore flips it off the right wing boards. It slides behind the Hawk net. Compton trying to reverse it. It hit Moore. Dug out, Keim in front, McMorrow blocked it, now a drive, and Bracco's chance tipped wide from behind the net. Here's a feed for Fondrick, shooting, knocked down by LeChat, puck out through the slot, picked up on the right wing side by Barnett. He goes across the width of the ice, a drive, missed the net for Amico. Puck free again, chopped at by McMorrow. Couldn't get any of it though. Barnett, right point. Saucers one across, and Amico had to look back to find that puck, which was behind him. He got to it for Fondrick up the boards on the left wing side. And it's cleared to the line, but Murtagh finds it, shot, save, rebound, and a second save by LeChat. Then a chance hit the side of the net. Hawks scrambling in the defensive zone. Amico sets up Barnett for a one-timer. It's gloved and held by LeChat with 7:20 left to go in the second period, and the U18s have found their stride now. They've swung in front 3-2, and in the period they've outshot the Hawks 10-4. Face off at Phileas LeChat's glove side, his left. And Lansing got enough of it to get the puck to Orlowski. The Hawks clear. Keene back in his own zone. Trying to feed it to Bracco, and pressure was coming from Orlowski. The Hawks able to force a turnover, but not generate a chance out of it with some scrambling beside and behind the U18 net. Now the puck shot out through the neutral zone, tipped down past Bogus and into the Hawks zone. He retrieves, Mooney shadows. Bogus escapes from Mooney, banks it off the boards, it's intercepted. Halfley trying to bank it into the corner. Bogus won't give up on the issue, but now it's Kwasnica back for Keene. Then for Halfley one more time, played it behind the net, no one there for the U18s, at least not initially, but Kwasnica hurried to try to join the play, and with O'Neill's help, still in the Blackhawks zone. Charlie Vig playing with the U18s, not on the regular roster, but with them right now, and out there for the NTDP, keeping it gummed up until the Hawks can wrench it off the boards and clear. 3-2 in favor of the NTDP with just over 6 minutes left to go in the second period. O'Neill comes to the Hawk line for Gallant. The play is offside. U18's a 3-2 lead. Partytown American Lager makes its 2024-25 debut ahead of the Blackhawks' home debut. There's a 4 p.m. gathering at Single Speed Brewing in Waterloo on Saturday next weekend. We hope that you'll be there. And then come out to the game afterwards at 6 when the Hawks take on the Des Moines Buccaneers. U18s win a draw and dump it in. Gallant and Mulgrave, and now Hawkins too along the boards. Hawks trying to get it up the wall, can't get it out. Vig drops it across the high slot, finding Schock. His shot is blocked with Deering getting in the path of the puck, and it ricochets out to the neutral zone. Trethaway back to retrieve, turns up right wing, and with a dump in, puck goes counterclockwise. Nyes had it hop away in the corner, but recovers it in some traffic. Now chips one to be carried out to center by Hawkins. A 3-point game yesterday. Hands the puck off to Morick here. Back for Hawkins in the slot. Feathering one for Nye. Shooting. And a save made by Bettiger, who's not had much to do since coming on in relief here in period number 2. He saw a Blackhawk power play relatively early, but that's just the 5th shot that he's faced in this period. It may not count as a save either because it came from such a sharp angle. It may be considered off frame. Draw at his left. And Schultz could not win this one away from Fondrick. And the puck cleared, rolls down into the Blackhawks zone. Compton's going to get there for icing. A stride ahead of Murtagh. 5:12 left to go in the second. It's Walker and Montero on either side of Brock Schultz. Again, the Hawks without Jackson Nevers for this one after he was shaken up in the second period yesterday. And the U18s won a draw, but Montero doing a nice job in the right wing corner, turning that one from getting far away. Fed up the opposite boards and now hoisted out through center, finding its way to the Hawk line. Fondrick trying to center one. Good back check by Schultz, tying up the stick of Horkoff. preventing a scoring chance for a moment, but now it comes in front and Horkoff scores on a pass from the opposite boards, and that's 4 straight for the U18s. 15-10 the time of the goal. All 4 U18 scores in the second period. Will Horkoff adds this one, and it's a 4-2 lead for the U18s with 4:50 to go in the second period. Just 4 shots on goal for the under-18s in the first period, but they have flipped the switch on in the second. McMorrow down on all fours off the draw. And Zaremba knocked down. Mooney picks the puck up and got it to the Hawk line. Played it to the end boards. Bogus trying to take it away from Bell. Couldn't, as it's swiped back anyway by Moore for Keene, who missed the net well wide from above the right circle. Bracco, left wing corner, jostled by Brady. Bogus comes to pick up the puck. He's hit high by Mooney. Loose in the Hawk zone. Brady finds it. Then for Zaremba. Going across to McMorrow into the offensive zone. Steers to the slot for a shot. Missed the net. Came off the end boards. And now it's still behind the goal, but knocked away from Zaremba. Bracco played it to the line. Huck knocked it free. Zaremba trying to keep it in. Could not. Bell hit in the neutral zone by Mulgrave and gives him a jab to the face. Brady, meanwhile, up the ice. His pass hops over Lansing's stick. And it's cleared by Lindbergh. Huck got it back, but the Hawks would be offside. They clear the zone. Meanwhile, the 18s get the puck back as Halfley banks it across the Hawk line. 4 minutes to go in the second period. LeShaw trying to fire it up the boards, but it was knocked down by Halfley. Mulgrave takes the carom. Banks it to Orlowski. Jete trying to feed one Lansing's direction. Broken up. And volleyed down the other direction for an icing call with 3:42 left to go in the second period. 4-2, the U18s have the lead. By the way, the Muskegon Lumberjacks and Sioux Falls Stampede have gone to overtime, tied at 3. And that one, again, started like this one with a 2-0 lead for the Lumberjacks before Sioux Falls came back. But unlike this one, the Stampede and Lumberjacks never got up to 4 on either side. Someone will win that game 4-3, but Hawks are going to need more than 4 to win this one, now trailing 4-2. Halfley is offside at the Blackhawk line. He was both feet in the zone by at least 2 or 3 feet trying to receive a pass in midair that originated back beside his net. The faceoff's got to go back down into the NTDP zone. It will be at the left of Bettiger. Orlowski, Jete, and Lansing, the 3 Blackhawks forwards, trying to turn the momentum. Hawks win a draw. Lansing shot went off of Bettiger, but laid in the crease till the U18 defense could find it and clear. Nye snaps it ahead. Orlowski redirects it deep. Bettiger stopped it behind his goal, lifted it up the glass, and Kwasnica couldn't get it out. Nyes, though, misses the net from the left point. It's rim behind the U18 goal. Lansing steps to the corner to find it. Reversed it back to the end wall. Jete hit by Schock. Trethaway had his stick lifted, looked like by his own man. Now trying to fight through a check as the Hawks put on some pressure. The puck is golfed out to the neutral zone. Deering fed it back into some traffic, swiped by Kwasnica. He lost it at the Blackhawk line. Phelan takes over for Waterloo. And for Nyes with 2:45 left to go in the second period. O'Neill shaken up going to the U18 bench. Nyes fed it to the offensive blue line for Lansing to backhand deep. Barnett reversing it. And Amico finds Fondrick on right wing. Fondrick flips it down to the right corner. Bogus got there, played it behind his net. Gallant took it away but couldn't center it. Compton for Waterloo. Skates from some traffic. Feeds it up ice for Deering. Into the offensive zone on right wing. Tries a wrist shot. Bettiger goes down to make the Butterflies save with 2:10 left in the second. (4-2) in favor of the U18s. Hawks will see this group of NTDP U18 players 3 times this season. The other 2 matchups are late in the year on March the 29th in Waterloo and April the 5th in Plymouth. And TDP wins the faceoff. Amico feathered one to the line. It just got to Murtagh. He's offside at the Blackhawk line then as it got away from him and he crossed the line before the puck. 2 minutes exactly to go in the second. I mentioned earlier that the U18s have never lost twice at the Fall Classic. They lost yesterday and did not have a good first period today, but now have the lead, wrenching it free with a 4-goal second, a 4-2 score, 2 minutes left before the second intermission. And they win the draw with a dump in by Barnett. Goes clockwise, Bell waiting for it, right wing side, wrenched away by Montero. Bounced out to center, looking for Walker, didn't find him, but Schultz picks it up. He speeds to the offensive zone, back for Walker, put one toward the net. Bettiger the save with Montero going across the face of goal, and now a tie-up near the front of the net, and Schultz put into a headlock by Mooney. And looks like everyone's going to get separated without any calls being made here. 1:42 left in the second. It's the 20th shot on goal for the Hawks. The NTDP with 19. Draw is going to stay in the U18's zone. Walker, Schultz, and Montero. Brady and Mulgrave are the 5 on the ice for the Hawks. Face-off won by the U18s. Bracco sends it off the glass, and it looks like the U18s Halfley gets there to save icing, but now Mulgrave retrieves the puck in his own zone. The Hawks will try to come the other way in transition with Montero losing it at the line. Mulgrave kept it onside, flipping it into the corner. Rimmed around the boards clockwise. Halfley a touch pass to try to get it out. Brady took it away. Schultz across the slot, a backhander, and it's fought off by Bettiger up and out of play. 1:17 left in the second. Hawks with a few looks the last couple of shifts, trying to get something back before the second period comes to an end. At the second intermission, we'll hear from Blackhawks assistant coach Brett Olson with some insights into this year's Blackhawks forwards. McMorrow has both goals, unable to win the draw here. Goes behind the U18 net. Phillips jostled by Huck, but still able to clear the puck. It rolls down toward the front of the Hawk net, and Lashaw has to keep it in play. His pass stolen by Horkoff, but Peddle poked it off the stick, and it goes out to the neutral zone. Lindbergh fed it to Bell, who taps it down to the right wing corner under a minute to go in the second. And it comes out of the corner, batted behind the Blackhawk net. Centered after it went into the left wing corner. Bell got it out in front, and Mooney now trying to get a shot away. Saved by Lashaw. Rebound Peddle. Banks it ahead to be held in at the line with a shot by Bell. Glove by Lashaw with 34 seconds left in the second period. (4-2) the NTDP on top. Deering, Morick, and Hawkins out for the last shift of this second period. A defensive zone draw with O'Neill taking the face-off against Morick. And it's at the feet of Fondrick. Swept it back after Schock. Long shot. Didn't get through cleanly. Bogus trying to keep it away. Murtagh, though, would not give up on it. Morick now pushed it up the wall. Hawks failed to clear. Trethaway shooting. He scores. May have been tipped by Murtagh. A 5-goal second period for the U18. 16.2 left in the second. And the NTDP has swung in front, and they've got a 3-goal lead. Murtagh did tip that, and it's his second of the second period. 19:43 the time of this one, with 16.2 left in period number 2. It was 2-0 when the period began, now 5-2 in favor of the U18s. Schultz wins the draw, back for Brady. Fed it ahead, redirected in by Walker to the corner on the right wing side. Schultz pursuing, trying to dig it back out behind the net. Montero there too. Big hit by Walker. Knocks down one of the U18s. That's Murtagh. And Murtagh cross-checks Walker. And now Walker takes another shove and be stunned if there'd be a penalty called here against the U18s. It's just not how it's done. 5-2, the U18s have the lead at the end of 40 minutes. We'll take a timeout and come back to recap how we've gotten to this point after a break on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
Slow ruins everything. So why not pay less for fast?
Is that the end of 2, Tim?
Yeah, that's the end of 2.
Speeds you need for just $39.99 per month when bundled with a wireless plan with a 3-year price lock guarantee. Get fast 5G home internet made simple. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. U.S. Cellular, look for us. Visit U.S. Cellular, located on Brandolin Boulevard in Cedar Falls, 4th Street Southwest in Waverly, and Flaming Drive in Waterloo.
High sticking, cross-checking, gouging. Don't get gouged when you come out to the game. Third-party ticket sites can add huge fees that double or triple the cost of your seats. Skip the search engines. When you order Blackhawks tickets, go directly to tickets.waterlooblackhawks.com. Tickets.waterlooblackhawks.com. Get the best prices, the widest selection, and take gouging out of the game. Blackhawks hockey. Paint the town red.
The Courtyard by Marriott in Waterloo is the place to fuel your passion when you visit the Cedar Valley. Built in the historic John Deere factory, the Courtyard by Marriott is a short walk away from Young Arena, the John Deere Tractor and Engine Museum, and more. Visit the official hotel of the Waterloo Blackhawks. The Courtyard by Marriott at 250 Westfield Avenue in Waterloo's vibrant downtown offers a state-of-the-art hotel experience while providing more flexibility and choices for their guests. Courtyard by Marriott, fuel my passion.
Whatever your project and wherever you are, Karen's Print Right can handle all your printing needs under one roof. This is Blackhawks coach Matt Smaby. From design to delivery, Karen's Print Right does it all. Forms or business cards for your office, invitations or envelopes for special events, yard signs, rubber stamps, screen printing, and so much more. Find all the details at karensprintright.com, where you can also request a quote right from home. Karen's Print Right on Falls Avenue in Waterloo, and open online around the clock at karensprintright.com.
If you've got the right tools and the friendly people at US Bank in your corner, making smarter money choices is a piece of cake. If only our tools and helpful advisors could have helped you avoid some of those not-so-smart choices in life. Like that time you tried to pick up unicycling.
Whoa, coming through!
Or when you thought it'd be okay to pet that squirrel in the park.
Good squirrel, good squirrel.
While we can't help you with all that, we can help you bank smartly at usbank.com/smarter together. Member FDIC.
Shop, donate, or volunteer to help Habitat for Humanity at the Restore in Waterloo. Whether you purchase or donate furniture, building materials, or appliances, you make it possible for families in Northeast Iowa to achieve home ownership in decent, affordable housing. Visit the Restore at 4107 Hammond Avenue in Waterloo, or check them out at webuildhabitat.org/restore. Help Habitat do more. Shop the Restore in Waterloo.
Okay, so you've had some disagreements about the best way to eat Domino's new New York-style pizza.
Well, it's cut into 6 big slices. You gotta hold them with both hands.
No, the best way is to fold it so you contain all the toppings and melty provolone cheese and...
But eating it flat gives you the perfect balance of cheese, sauce, and crust.
Folding it is tradition.
Personally, I use a fork and knife.
I think we need a new therapist.
Decide the best way to eat it for yourself when you get Domino's new New York-style pizza.
The Waterloo Blackhawks play here. 1650 The Fan.
The Waterloo Blackhawks were off and running early, but they find themselves trailing big. It's the National Team Development Program under 18s ahead of the Hawks 5-2 at the end of 40 minutes. All 5 U18 goals coming in the second, turning a game that was 2-0 in the Hawks' favor into a 3-goal deficit. The Hawks face a bigger deficit going to the third than the U18s were up against at the start of the second. Time for our second intermission scoring summary presented by Ted's Home and Hardware. The Hawks with 2 in the first period, both from Brendan McMorrow. 9:28 the first one on a McMorrow backhander. He was assisted by Ryan Zaremba. Zaremba had a hand in the second one as well, as McMorrow cleaned up a rebound. The initial shot by Zaremba and a tip by Grady Deering. That was at 16:04. The comeback started 1:47 into the second. 3 seconds left on a Blackhawk penalty when the U18s converted the first of 2 power plays in the second period. Landon Halfley got the first of those goals, and he was assisted on Donnie Bracco's shot. Bracco took the shot, Halfley tipped it. Also an assist on that goal credited to Will Horkoff. The game-tying goal by L.J. Mooney at 7:31, unassisted after a takeaway near the top of the left circle. He was able to step in and put a low shot past Phileas Leshab. Then on the next U18 power play, the go-ahead goal at 11:21, a blast from near the top of the left circle by Jack Murtagh. He was assisted on that with Donnie Bracco as well as Landon Halfley picking up their second points of the game. 15:10, time of the next goal for Horkoff after he had an initial chance that didn't materialize. Terrific pass across the top of the crease by Carter Fondrick. Left him with an open side. He banged it in at 15:10. Fondrick the lone assist. And then one more goal with 16 2/10 seconds left to play before the period would have been at an end. The second of the game for Murtagh, tipping in a shot that was headed for the net. They've not credited the assists on that goal yet. Murtagh's second of the game. Hawks 0 for 1 on the power play. The NTDP U18's 2 for 3. And those power play goals look big. It started the rally with a power play, and the rally continued to the point where the U18s were able to take the lead thanks to a power play score. They outshot the Hawks 17-9 in the second period, and now 21-20 for the game. And our second intermission scoring summary is presented by Ted's Home and Hardware. Check out Ted's selection of tradesman quality M18 fuel power tools, the most powerful 18-volt cordless tools in their class from Milwaukee Tool, and available at Ted's Home and Hardware in Evansdale, where you can get help with your project. Stop in to see Ted and his staff there to help at 3550 Lafayette Road in Evansdale. Blackhawks assistant Brett Olson coming up after a break. 5-2, the U18s lead the Hawks on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And
at this intermission, we took
old can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
Fit Pop Popcorn. It's a poppin' in Iowa. But many people don't have world-class popcorn growing in their neighborhood. Fit Pop is grown better right next door in Cedar Falls. Never fear, you can ship Fit Pop Popcorn anywhere in the United States. Think of those people who don't have Fit Pop Popcorn at their local grocery store. Send them a Midwestern care package from fit-pop.com. That's fit-pop.com. Fit Pop Popcorn. It's a poppin' in Iowa.
At Green Acre Storage, we can take it. Think of us as storage therapists. We provide clean, safe, secure, climate-controlled storage units in a complete range of sizes. Feel free to unload on us in our enclosed and heated load-in area. And ask about our Penske truck rentals and packing supplies. And feel better fast, knowing the storage pros at Green Acre specialize in not judging. We'll keep your stuff and your secrets. Green Acres. Because life is hard. Storage is not.
Right now, someone is having fun at Maple Lanes in Cadillac Extreme Bowling Center. Sure, there's fun for bowlers, but there's also gamers, party animals, and anyone who loves good food. If you haven't been to Maple Lanes and Cadillac XBC lately, you don't know how much fun you're missing. Then there's Kingpin Social, open with a full menu for lunch and dinner every day. MapleLanesWaterloo.com, 2608 University Avenue. CadillacXBC.com, 650 LaPorte Road. Have some fun tonight.
Your home for the Waterloo Blackhawks, 1650 The Fan.
At this intermission, we talk Waterloo Blackhawks forwards with Blackhawks assistant coach Brett Olson. And looking at this group, Coach, last night the Hawks got 4 goals, got some performances from veterans, got some strong showings by newcomers to the lineup. Is there an overall impression you have of this group?
I think just as a whole, they've been working really hard throughout the preseason. I think with the effort that they're putting forth, last night was a product of receiving reward for that effort. And it's something that we've been looking forward to seeing actually in a game setting, a real game setting, and we'll keep building upon yesterday.
Well, let's talk about some of the veterans who you would expect to take a step this year. Where do you see the most growth when you look at players who at this time last year might have been cutting their teeth in the USHL, because the Hawks don't really have anybody who's beyond that, no third-year guys among this group of forwards?
Yeah, I think the first 2 guys that jump out right away are Deers and Mo. From where they started last year and the progression they made, and the fact that they studied the game and they wanted to work on their craft, and it was just something that's obviously paid off for them, and we're hoping this year that just continues to go. And from what we've seen so far, it's been a promising start for those guys, and looking forward to seeing what they can do for us the rest of the year, and even just the leadership that they've shown all the way from the beginning of training camp, honestly towards the end of last year as well, has been promising and exciting to see. So looking for a lot out of those guys, and I'm confident they're going to do a fine job.
We're talking with Waterloo Blackhawks assistant coach Brett Olson about the Blackhawks forwards at this intermission. And Caden Hawkins obviously had a big splash in his first USHL game, a Shattuck St. Mary's product. How does he come into the USHL relative to a typical player his age?
I think his ability to skate sets him apart. He creates time and space for him. He gets him to spots where he can be viable for offense, and it's just something that's nice to see, a natural ability like that. And there's a lot of tools from stick play and vision that we have to work with him, and that's a very promising thing that we started to see already from training camp all the way through to obviously last night. And it was, you get to the right spot a couple times, and nice one off the back door there, and twice, and it was just great to see. And he made a really nice play on the assist there for Mo's goal as well. And he's got a good head about him for seeing the game, and from an offensive standpoint, that's very promising.
3 guys who have played at least a full season in Canadian junior hockey: Sam Huck, Ryan Zaremba, JJ Montero. What do they have to do to adjust to the USHL? What's different here than they might have experienced before?
I think when you're just talking about the leagues in general, when you come to the USHL, pace and speed is the number one thing. But with those guys, the experiences that they've had and the ages that they are, that's nice to have junior experienced guys coming into your lineup and looking to play a big part. So pace and speed, obviously, like I said, is number one, but they all are pretty smart hockey players as well. They've developed that aspect of their game, which can help them at this level. And those are, again, another group of guys we're all excited to see.
Well, let me wrap up just with the group of players who had brief appearances as Blackhawks last year, and I guess I'm thinking of Chase Jete, for example, or Matthew Lansing, who played a few more games than that. What's it been like to work with that group, where they have a sense of what the league's about, but really haven't had a chance to dive in until right now?
Yeah, the youth aspect of it is a great thing that we look forward to working with and trying to teach those kids, and the fact that they were able to get a little bit of a taste of it last year, I think is a big thing, because once you come in and you see the culture within the room that our guys have set forth, and then they come in and they see what the pace and the speed of the league is like, and how hard it actually is to play in this league for kids their age. It's a little bit of an eye-opener, maybe a little bit of a fueling motivator for those guys to have to work on some things over the summer and then be ready to come and hopefully make some effectiveness coming forward and giving us some options to secondary, third scoring, whatever it may be, and just be important, pivotal aspects of our depth.
Waterloo Blackhawks assistant coach Brett Olson talking Blackhawks forwards at this intermission. Back with more from the Pittsburgh suburbs after this on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
At our store, we have something for all seasons. This is Ted from Ted's Home and Hardware in Evansdale. This is hockey season, and we're proud supporters of the Blackhawks. Be part of the Blackhawks family and stop into our family-owned and operated store for value and the products you need for your home and property.
Ames True Temper rakes and garden tools are made in the USA. They'll help you clean up the yard this fall and autumn after autumn. Get them now from Ted's Home and Hardware.
Blackhawks hockey on 1650 The Fan.
Well, the Waterloo Blackhawks won the opening period. The National Team Development Program under 18s won the second, and they not only made up the deficit, they more than doubled what the Blackhawks had done in the opening frame. So now it's a 5-2 score going to the third. The only other game played today as part of the USHL Fall Classic is over. Overtime was required with the Sioux Falls Stampede rallying back from a 2-0 first intermission deficit. They picked up a 4-3 win in overtime on Alex Rybakov's goal. So Sioux Falls and Sioux City, both Western Conference teams that take back all 4 points from the Fall Classic. The Blackhawks will need a whale of a comeback in the third if they're going to do the same. Ready to begin the third period, which starts with Brock Schultz winning a face-off, J.J. Montero dumping the puck in, Harrison Bettiger keeping it moving clockwise, and now Brady, a shot that hit his own man, didn't get through. Montero, left wing boards, rims it behind the net for Walker, and taken from him by Schock. Cleared, not out. Nyes kept it in, looking for Walker, bats one into the slot, stolen away by Trethaway, who was credited with one of the 2 assists on that last NTDP goal. Now Schultz takes the puck away at the blue line, trying to get it to Montero in the corner, but it hopped over his stick, and the puck is cleared. Now Walker given a couple of cross checks behind the U18 net by Trethaway. They exchange words all the way back out to the neutral zone. Meanwhile, Nyes for Waterloo snaps it ahead to Schultz, stepping in 2-on-3. Flips one for Zaremba, who's got 2 assists taken from him by Fondrick. And the U18s escape back to center with Lindbergh. Bouncing it off the boards in front of the referee's crease before the Hawks close on him and take it back. Dylan Compton for Waterloo. Chips one out to neutral ice. McMorrow, who's got both Blackhawks goals, to the offensive zone across the slot. Didn't have much on a shot. It trickled to the end boards. Deering and Zaremba trying to get the puck back. They can't recover it. Left wing corner. And Lindbergh flies one off the glass. It lands in the neutral zone, batted across the Hawk line by Fondrick. Moves to the side of the net. Open side it looked like, but Halfley was denied as LeShaw got across to his left to make the save. And now Poulin comes out to center looking for McMorrow. Knocked away initially. McMorrow trying to get it back, fending off Barnett. They collide in the corner on left wing in the U18 zone. Dug out by Amico. He was knocked to a knee. Huck now chops the puck up the wall to Hawkins. Back for Huck, then for Phelan. Dropped it back deep slot. Shot by Mulgrave, saved by Bettiger. And the rebound controlled by Barnett and cleared. This goes down to the Hawks zone. Mulgrave gets there for icing with 18:02 left to go in regulation. And the NTDP by 3, 5-2. Face off back down beside the U18 goal. Morick, Huck, and Hawkins together right now for the Hawks, who outshot the U18s 11-4 in the first period. It changed dramatically in the second. Hawks win a draw. Phelan to drive. Bettiger fought it off. Hawkins, sharp angled centering feed. It was knocked down by Bettiger and covered. And again, the Hawks have not scored against Harrison Bettiger since he came into the game. Both of the earlier goals were against U18 starter Joey Slavic. The U18s go to Fargo next week for 2 against the Force. And then during the month of October, they see a lot of college opponents. Notre Dame, Western Michigan, Lake Superior State, Harvard, Boston College, Robert Morris, the Michigan Wolverines. So a very challenging stretch coming for the U18s. Hawks win a draw. Phelan into the left wing corner with Kasiba trying to center. Never got to Lansing. U18 player fell down behind the net. No one there for the Hawks. And Jate found the puck. His shot is blocked by Keene, who was down. Lansing, meanwhile, finds the puck for a shot, and this one is blocked by Kwasnica. Keene back up. Puck cleared. Mulgrave recovering it at center. Bounces it back down into the offensive zone. Rocco plays it right of the net, and it's cleared out to the neutral zone by the U18's Moore. Hawks volley it the other way. Jate with the dump in. Trethaway now right of his goal. Feathered one ahead to Moore. Up the ice 3-on-3. Moore gains the Blackhawk line for Gallant. Went off the heel of his stick. The Hawks recover it. Montero hustling back out to the neutral zone. And he lost it shy of the line, but it's recovered and brought in by the Hawks' Pedal for Schultz, left wing corner. Moves behind the net. Lots of traffic there, and the puck stripped away. Drew Schock back as far as the center circle with a dump into the right wing corner. Bounced behind the Hawk net. Brady spiked it off the wall. Walker, a touch pass looking for Montero. He had to stretch, couldn't receive it cleanly, then missed Schultz when he did get control of it. Shot down into the Hawks zone. LaShaw stopping it behind the Blackhawk net for Brady right of the goal. Morgan Brady forced to turn by Vig. Montero comes to help out. Hawks fly it through the neutral zone, but it's Phillips reversing it. Hit Montero, stayed at the blue line. Now Walker for Montero, getting it to Schultz, shooting off the end of Bettiger's glove and then to the end glass. Winged across the width of the ice by Nyes, taken by Vig and cleared. The Hawk line Bell manages to stay onside, gets a shot away, draws a piece of the pipe. Vig recovers it, bounced off the boards by Nyes. Deering takes over, clears. That wasn't his intent. He missed his target, Zaremba, with a pass. Vig trying to tap it into the Hawk zone. It's quickly reversed the other way. Now McMorrow. He's got both Blackhawk goals in the game. Has his stick lifted here just inside the U18 line. Barnett trying to clear it. It ricochets off the glass, lands at center. Didn't stay with Fondrick though. Bogus for the Hawks to Zaremba. And those two nearly collided on an exchange. The Hawks do get it back out. McMorrow trying to find his way up the right wing and dumped it in. It took a funny hop. Barnett takes it and goes across the width of the ice with Halfley now speeding into the Blackhawk zone. Halfley forced to the end wall by Poulin, who rubbed him off the puck. Zaremba banking it to Deering. Right under the stick of Poulin, who jumps into the rush 3-on-3, but put himself offside at the USA line. The Hawks, though, able to avoid the whistle because Compton saw it in time to stay at center. And the Hawks have trouble getting into the zone now. Compton hooks a pass to Hawkins, who crosses on right wing. A 3-point game for him on Saturday. He escapes a check, comes up through the right wing circle, side of the net. Morick moves in. Stuff attempt saved by Bettiger. And some pushing near the front of the goal with 14:37 left to go in regulation. Enjoy a Blackhawks game with friends in the Kingpin Social at the rink seating area, available for a group of 8 to 20 each game, including a complimentary alcoholic beverage for each person aged 21 and over. A free drink at Maple Lane's Kingpin Bar and Restaurant after the game and more. For details, call the Blackhawks at 319-232-3444. Lansing wins the face-off. Jete, though, had to stretch and could not knock that one down. It was moving, coming back his way. And so the U18's able to recover. Bracco's pass intercepted by Phelan. He feeds Jete, trying to dump it in, hit the linesman. And now O'Neill turns in his own zone, pressured by Orlowski, but has an outlet in Bracco. Snapped it to center. O'Neill trying to get to the Blackhawk line, separated from the puck by Phelan. Flipped back out to center by LaShaw himself. And now Lansing trying to go across the width of the ice to Mulgrave, jumping into the rush. Mulgrave looked to center it. It boomeranged into the corner, and now Orlowski locates the puck back out to Lansing, right point. His shot through traffic was blocked, but he gets it back after it hit Kwasnica. Lansing trying to move in and shoot, and it was deflected wide. Mulgrave, left wing boards, up the wall. Orlowski, then Jete checked along the end wall by Schock. Puck cleared to the line, and it ricochets down into the Hawk zone, and Murtagh is not going to get there. And then he cross-checks Mulgrave at the whistle, and it's the second or third time that there's been contact at the icing whistle, and it's gone uncalled before this. 13:35 left to go in the third period. Face-off will be back down in the NTDP zone. There's not going to be a penalty here either. And Murtagh somehow is going to get to go. No, he won't get to go to the bench. No change allowed here. Five to 2 in favor of the U18s. Schultz wins the draw. Back to Brady. Moves up the right wing boards to the side of the net. Shovels it in front. Loose puck recovered by the U18s. O'Neill for Murtagh on left wing. Backing down Schultz. Moves to the left circle for a shot. Missed the net. Grazing the side of the net, Bell jostled by Walker. Brady kicking at the puck. It comes loose. Moore for Phillips, shooting. Knocked down, loose puck in the crease, kicked away, and cleared by Montero. 7 minutes gone in the third. 5-2, the U18's on top as Phillips tried to break one out to the neutral zone. The stick broke in his hands. Loose puck now in the center circle, but recovered by Gallant. Goes back to Phillips, who's got a fresh stick. Flies one out through center. This ricochets down into the Hawk zone. It's icing once more. Two for the Hawks in the first and 5 for the U18s in the second. No scoring yet in the third. McMorrow for the face-off. Will Moore opposes him. Moore wanted into the corner. And Lindbergh put it into the bench, trying to clear it. Approaching the top of the hour, you're listening to 1650 The Fan, KCNZ, Cedar Falls, Waterloo. Broadcasting on K272GA at FM 102.3, a Koloff media station. The draw will be at Bettiger's right once again. McMorrow again for the Hawks, but this time it's Fondrick for the U18s. And they win the face-off. Barnett banks it toward the line. Compton read it, took it away. He moves in, centers one. It's at the feet of Zaremba. He gets it settled down. Now back for Compton. Compton shooting, and it may have been tipped up and off of the netminder Bettiger. He did get just a piece of it, and it went up and out of play. 12:28 left in the third. Faceoff's going to stay in the U18 zone. So the third faceoff for McMorrow, Deering, and Zaremba in this sequence. And this faceoff won by Moore. Puck cleared to the line, tipped. It does get out to the neutral zone. Fondrick comes into the Blackhawks end, shadowed by Poulin. Fends off the check, got out in front, shoots, and the puck missed the net. The goal is dislodged with 12:16 left to play in the third. Poulin a little shaken up as he was trying to fend off Fondrick and ended up in the goal. And that's why it came off of its moorings. The draw will be at the left of Lashaw. And this is won by the U18s with a shot by Barnett that missed the net. Deering takes the carom off the end wall. Flipped it out to center. It ricochets down across the U18 line. McMorrow after it. Settles the rolling puck. Goes behind the net. Comes out left wing circle. Curls into the corner. Tried to feed it behind the goal. It's caught up in a scrum, and Amico takes it. Played up the left wing boards, and Phelan got away with the high stick there. Now keeping it along the walls. The Hawks change behind him. Eventually, though, wrenched free by Kwasnica. And he lost it at center as the U18s change. Phelan in his own zone gives the puck to Mulgrave. Keeps it moving clockwise for Hawkins. Now to Phelan, who jumps into the rush on right wing. Chipped it across the line as a defender fell down. Right wing corner, centers one, open side, and it never got to Huck. Mulgrave chopping at it. It deflects, hits the end glass behind the U18 net. Huck trying to win it back and could not lift a stick to do it. Morick dueling with Keene, who forced it out to the neutral zone, and Bell comes up left wing. Moves to the middle, has it poked off of his stick by Hawkins. Huck takes over for Waterloo, bounced it out to center. Hawkins couldn't navigate in front of the benches. It's reversed the other way. Peddle trying to keep the U18s at bay, but Bell takes it across the line. Bell with a shot and a save by Lashaw, and he squeezes the pads together to cover the rebound with 10:53 to go in the third period. More pushing and shoving at the front of the net. 5-2. The U18s have the lead. And the draw is going to stay in the Blackhawks zone. Ought to have a timeout on the ice, and it looks like we will. So let's take a 30-second break and come back after this on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
Save more with Veridian Credit Union. Score top shelf savings with lower fees and better rates on accounts, loans, and credit cards. At Veridian, you'll earn more on savings and checking accounts and pay less when you buy or refinance a home or vehicle. That's how our members come out millions of dollars ahead each year. Giving you more. That's the value of Veridian. Go to veridiancu.org to see how you can save. Equal housing opportunity, insured by NCUA.
After the game, we'll have a full rundown during the Cadillac Extreme Bowling Center post-game show. Cadillac Extreme Bowling Center offering a full arcade, laser tag. They've installed a scoring system which offers a wider range of bowling games like hyper bowling. It's a whole new bowling experience. 10:53 left to go in the third period. The National Team Development Program under 18s, a 5-2 lead on the Waterloo Blackhawks in a game that started with a lot of promise. Now the Hawks have their work cut out for them. Face off in the Hawks zone. It's won by Schultz. Petal lifted it up the glass. It ricochets down into the U18 zone. Walker interfered with, and we get a penalty on Trethaway. Walker was trying to chase down the puck and split defenders to get there. Trethaway knocked him off of his route to it, and the Blackhawks will get their second power play of the game and a chance to try to change the course of this one. 10:44 left in the third. Time enough if the Hawks can do something here. 4 forwards on the power play. McMorrow, Huck, Deering, Zaremba, plus Dylan Compton as the lone defenseman. McMorrow for the face-off. Pulled it to the boards on the left wing side. Compton settles the skittering puck, gives it to Zaremba with 2 assists today. Rink wide, McMorrow shoots wide. Rebound out of the corner to Zaremba. Shielding it for Compton, high slot. Compton, wrist shot. That one cleared the crossbar and hit the end glass. McMorrow stepping up, swept it to Deering along the end wall. Worked over by Amico. Puck taken away, cleared around the glass and back out to center. Hawks 0 for 1 today on the power play. 0 for 3 this weekend coming into this power play situation. Huck got it across the line, put one wide. Deering chasing it down, put one off the side of the goal from close in. Now trying to get it back from the kick plate behind the NTDP net. He couldn't, but Zaremba does. Zaremba shields the puck from a stick lift by O'Neill. Tried to flip it back out to the high slot. It missed McMorrow and escapes down into the Blackhawks zone with 1:10 left on the power play. Under 10 to go in the third period. Here's Kieran Poulin for Waterloo. Pressure trying to come from behind his net. He lost the puck, but a feed from Halfley to Fondrick didn't connect. Now it's behind the net. We're going to have a penalty called on the Blackhawks to nullify the remaining power play time. And the U18s get an extra attacker out there while they're in possession. It just lengthens the amount of their power play the longer that they hold on to it. But they're looking for a chance here as Lindbergh comes to the Hawk line for Kwasnica. Check, but got it back to Lindbergh. Now it squirts out into the slot. Fondrick turning with it, put one toward the net. It's stolen by the Hawks, and there'll be 34 seconds of 4-on-4 time before the fourth U18 power play of the game. It's a kneeing call against the Blackhawks and Kieran Poulin. 9:17 left in regulation. And so the Hawks 0 for 2 on the power play. Waterloo's home opener on Saturday against the Des Moines Buccaneers, a 6:05 game presented by Rydell Auto. First of this year's DePaco Cowbell Cup Series games for the Hawks, the Buccaneers, or anyone else. First chance to get some DePaco Cowbell Cup points. 34 seconds before the U18 power play begins. Hawks win the face-off in their own zone. Bogus feeds one rink wide, tapped ahead by Nyes. Keene got back to his own zone for it, but a feed misses Murtagh. Slides back down towards the Hawk zone, and a Lasha attempt to break it out was knocked away. It stays in the Blackhawks zone with the power play about to begin for the U18s. Murtagh knocked down by Nyes. Gets back up, puck still there. It squirts up the glass as it was batted at, and now Bogus finds control for Nyes. The power play begins for the U18s. Nyes with time and room, though. Slings one up ice for Huck. Hawks looking for a shorthanded chance. Huck moves into the offensive zone. It was poked off of his stick, and the U18s recover. Murtagh with 2 goals in the game, crossing the Blackhawk line, looking to center, pass was deflected, still came to Trethaway, back rink wide, Murtagh put it in front, redirected, stolen by Phelan. Now the Hawks again look for a shorthanded opportunity with Phelan coming up the ice. Flipped it down to the left wing corner for Montero to chase. Schock got there first, avoids a stick lift, comes back out to center, under a minute left on the power play. Schock to the Blackhawk zone, knocked off balance by Schultz, still swatted it around the boards, but it missed his intended target. He was trying to get that to Trethaway. It escaped out to center in the neutral zone. Puck hits Schultz, comes back though for Moore, and then for Fondrick. Fondrick tries to start out of his own zone with 30 seconds left on the advantage. 7:40 to go in the third period. Now it's Phillips who circles the wagons, avoids Schultz, tries to backhand one deep, and it should be icing. And the officials didn't see it. He was shy of the red line, and they missed the icing call. Hawks clear it down the other way. Final seconds of the NTDP power play. Phillips fed it out to the neutral zone. Comes across the line on the stick of Mooney. Tried a drop pass. That's swiped by Jete. Bounced it out to center. Halfley got it back. Halfley turns back deep into his own zone. 7 minutes left to go in period number 3. Long pass. This one is not icing as Horkoff got there to save it. Hawks redirected out to center. It's going to be icing on Waterloo now instead, although now coming out of the net, it's played by the netminder Bettiger, so wash out that icing call too. Bell back to the Blackhawk line. Long backhander. Steered aside by LaShaw into the corner at his right. Deering takes it, gives it to Nyes. Then Zaremba, now for Deering up ice, 2-on-2. Fed it to McMorrow, who kicked to his stick, and that's ruled to be offside. And it will be a face-off in the neutral zone with 6:31 left to go in regulation. McMorrow will take it for Waterloo. And wins it to Zaremba. And for Nye, sent it wide of the net from center. Played toward the line, and it just got out to the neutral zone. Zaremba got a piece of it, but couldn't hold it in. Then he gets run over by Gallant. Amico. Got it to neutral, ice O'Neill. Jostled, pile up in front of the U18 bench. Meanwhile, Gallant finds the handle, comes across the Hawk line, wrist shot. That one hit the end glass and ricocheted back to the line. And the Hawks now get control out of their own zone with Deering dumping it down into the right wing corner. Under 6 minutes left to go in the third period. Here's a steal by Compton. Hawks would have been offside, however, and he lost it as he was trying to buy time. Clearing attempt batted out of midair. And Morick now up right wing. Knocked down. Let's move counterclockwise around the boards, and we'll get to center. Fondrick on right wing. Fondrick to the Blackhawks zone. Gets through a check by Bogus. Missed the net with a shot, though, from inside the right face-off dot. Hawkins taps it out to the neutral zone. Just over 5 minutes left to go in the third. Here's Moore. Waiting at the Hawk line, received a pass. Taps it to the corner, left side, and it's reversed back the other way. Bogus able to send it up the wall, not out, then blocked his shot. However, the Hawks not out of harm's way yet with Moore behind the Waterloo net. Leaving the puck there, Bogus took it away. Hawkins flying the zone. Bogus tries to hit a home run to him. It bounces over his stick, but he's still deep into the left wing corner with just under 5 minutes left in the third. Still a 5-2 NTDP lead. Puck taken back and bounced out to the neutral ice area again. Mulgrave breaks up the rush. Hawkins trying to come the other way with Jete. They cross the line as Jete moves it to the end wall. Mulgrave trying to get there. Trethaway in between, though, took it away. Now it's kicked out around the boards by Murtagh. Goes back into the corner on the right wing side. No move to bring LaShaw to the bench. Hawks trailing by 3 with 4:20 left to go in regulation. Lansing steals one just outside the line. Drops it to Jete with a wrist shot. Saved by Bettiger with 4:15 left to play. Draw will be in the NTDP zone. The Hawks in the period limited to 5 shots. Morick, Deering, Huck, McMorrow, Zaremba, and Compton as the Hawks now do lift LaShaw for a 6th attacker. Trying to get one back here while there's still time to make a big rally. It's in the corner on the left wing side. We're going to have a penalty called against the U18s as now McMorrow is dumped. And the Hawks will go to a power play and maybe 6-on-4. Should be the 3rd power play of the game for Waterloo. Cross-checking the call. And it's going to be on Garrett Lindbergh. So a 6-on-4 restart. However, the U8 teams can fire at will at the open net at the other end of the rink should they choose to. Hawks do not have a lot of time left on what will likely be their final power play of the game. And the restart controlled by Waterloo. Zaremba in the deep slot with it. Leaves the puck for Compton. Now he'll hand it off to McMorrow. Back for Compton. Zaremba with a shot and a save by Bettiger. 12 seconds gone on the power play. U18s 5, the Blackhawks 2. Morick will take the face-off now. Circle to the left of Bettiger. But Bettiger needs a moment to adjust his headgear. Will Moore waiting to oppose Morick. And the face-off controlled by the Hawks. Morick missed the net with a shot for the short side. McMorrow trying to move behind the net, looking to get it to Deering. Big pileup with 3 Blackhawks, 3 NTDP players behind the goal. The puck squirts free. Huck rims it right back where the scrum had been. It's swiped and cleared toward the line by Barnett. Not out initially, but it does squirt to center on a follow-up. McMorrow retreating, gives the puck to Compton, handing it back to McMorrow. 1:20 on the power play. 6-on-4. Hawks trailing by 3. McMorrow to the offensive zone. Drop pass. Compton makes his way into the slot. Trying to flip one back McMorrow's direction. Hands off Zaremba. Then for Compton, it was broken up. Compton gloves the puck out of the corner for Huck now behind the net. Huck back to Zaremba. Sets up a shot by Morick and a save by Bettiger. 1:01 left on the power play. 3:02 to go in regulation. Now 27 shots for the Hawks in the game. 7 in the period. Couple during this power play. Lansing, Kasiba, Hawkins, and Bogus, Brady, Montero, the 6 on the ice. The Hawks win a draw. Here's a one-timer from Brady, fought off by Bettiger. Rebound steered into the corner. Brady got to it for Hawkins. 2 goals yesterday. Hands one off here for Montero. Put it across the crease. It ends up in the opposite corner. Back to the line. Bogus sends one to Hawkins. Sharp angled chance, missed the net. It hits the glass and rolls down into the Blackhawks zone. The Hawks are going to have to go back and get it 200 feet away. 30 seconds left on the power play. 2.5 left to go in the third period. Bogus chased behind his net by Halfley. Flips it Hawkins' direction. Banked it out to center Jete. Got the puck to Brady. He lost it at the NTDP line, but Bogus knocks it down. Recovering possession, carrying in on right wing. Bogus into the corner, centered one. Stuff attempt by Montero. It hit Bettiger and went up out of play. Montero was in tight. He tried to lift it, looking for the short side corner. Couldn't quite get enough under it. And Bettiger able to make the stop. Hawks will have one more power play faceoff in the offensive zone unless they rule that this one did not hit Bettiger. So that is the decision. The faceoff moved out to the neutral zone. U8 teams win the draw. It's fired down the length of the ice by Amico. And that'll do it for the third Blackhawk power play. Waterloo's going to end up 0 for 3 on the advantage. Zaremba bounced off the boards in his own zone by Halfley. As the U8 teams come back to full strength, it's still 6-on-5 with the net empty. McMorrow up the ice. Crosses the line, splits defenders, right wing circle, went down to a knee, gets back up, and puck in the corner. Huck found it for Zaremba. Moves across the high slot on his forehand, sends one Huck's way, but the pass was tipped, stolen, and brought to the line by Barnett. He steers it Vig's way. It was just behind him, banked off the boards and went into the corner on the left wing side of the Hawks zone. 1:25 left to go in the third period as the Hawks recover, getting back defensively. Running out of time in this one as Compton had to wait behind his net. He now gets away from there, banks it out to center for Morick, stopped at the U18 line, fed it into the zone for Jete. It's lifted the other direction, high off the glass. It lands back in the Blackhawks zone. Bogus chased behind his net, kept the puck away from Kwasnika with a minute left to go in regulation. Brady for Waterloo. Slid it ahead looking for Hawkins, escaped the check from Vig and comes in 4-on-3. Hawkins dropped it into the high slot. The pass was behind Jete. He ends up piled up just inside the line. The puck knocked out to the neutral zone. Vig's going to try for the empty net. Missed the goal. Hawkins retrieves it with 35 seconds left to play in the third period. Pass for Brady, tipped down into the offensive zone. Bracco after it, reversed it up the wall. Hawkins took it away. Moves behind the net, centered one for Montero. And that was redirected, and now the puck cleared, bouncing down toward the empty net. It's going to go wide, but Bell's going to get there to save icing. Bell gets it away from Bogus, centered, intercepted by the Blackhawks' Kasiba. And Waterloo's going to get it back out to the neutral zone. Time winding down in this one. Jete across the ice. Kasiba jostled by Phillips, and the U18s come back from the 2-0 deficit to beat the Blackhawks by the final of 5-2 with 5-second period goals. And the Hawks bring back a 1-1 record from the USHL Fall Classic. Shades of a couple of years ago when the Hawks won their first game and then fell to the U18s in the follow-up. After that, they'll have a couple of more chances at the U18s towards the end of the season. But it doesn't happen on this second day of the year. In the final game at the Fall Classic, the U18s top the Hawks 5-2. Post-game coverage coming up after a timeout on the Courtyard by Marriott, Blackhawks Network, and 1650 The Fan.
Bugsy's Pest Solutions, solving problems, that's what we do. Bugsy's Pest Solutions, 239-2772.
It's that time of year. Rodents that are outdoors now will want to come in from the cold. They can bring along diseases no one wants in their home. Stop those rodents from getting comfortable with help from Bugsy's Pest Solutions in Waterloo. 239-2772 or online at Bugsy'sPestSolutions.com.
Slow ruins everything. So why not pay less for fast? US Cellular's home internet gives you the speed you need for just $39.99 per month when bundled with a wireless plan with a 3-year price lock guarantee. Get fast 5G home internet made simple. US Cellular, built for us. Terms apply. See uscellular.com for details.
We value human connection with fewer distractions. U.S. Cellular, look for us. Visit U.S. Cellular, located on Grandin Boulevard in Cedar Falls, 4th Street Southwest in Waverly, and Flaming Drive in Waterloo.
High sticking, cross-checking, gouging. Don't get gouged when you come out to the game. Third-party ticket sites can add huge fees that double or triple the cost of your seats. Skip the search engines. When you order Blackhawks tickets, go directly to tickets.waterlooblackhawks.com. Tickets.waterlooblackhawks.com. Get the best prices, the widest selection, and take gouging out of the game. Blackhawks hockey. Paint the town red.